Hold on. Let's go to the live. We'll switch over here. There we go. That's ready. Cool, cool, cool. Multiple times a day. I wash mine constantly. They're never clean enough. They get greasy fast. Okay, so it's not me. See, okay, so my worry is like because it has like metal that I'm like worried it's gonna rust. So that's why I've tried to really like not wash them that often. Like I'll wash them every few days, but it's hard. Like they get smudgy. So I'm like, it won't rust. Okay. That's all. That's what was my biggest worry, y'all, because the glasses are not cheap and I don't have vision insurance this year. So like these gotta last. Use Windex? I haven't thought about that. I just use a little bit of dish soap and water, which is like what everyone recommended to me. Um, I don't know. How is everybody doing today? Chris, Rutabaga, DG's in the house. You have glasses cleaner. Y'all don't use glasses spray. I asked if there was a spray. When I first got them, everyone said to just use dish soap and water, and that's worked really well. So that is true, Rosie. That is true. I try really hard to not touch like the lenses too, just to like. But if you guys say it won't rust, then you want eyeglass wipes? Like I think I've tried other ways of cleaning them, but let me tell you, like there is nothing, there is nothing like um how clean they get with some little bit of dish soap. Use alcohol wipes. I'm worried about alcohol wipes only because of the blue light filter. I wonder if that'll like mess with it. I love that I'm acting like these glasses need to last for like 30 years when the rate my vision is declining. I'll probably need it sooner. Mhm. Ren's in the house. Aluka Ghost is in the house. Although these aren't really for distance, these actually have a little bit of a plus um, to help with like the screens and then the blue light filter. I'll take a look at the wipes. I will. I will definitely take a look at the wipes. Oh, but yes, keep tapping the screen. I know there's a bunch of little bitch babies crying in the chat. We don't let ops up until 10K likes, so start tapping. If you're an op, start tapping. Hi, Ren.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing all right. So just um trying to figure out OBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I
I'm
saw I saw your
Mhm.
response. Second degree, the difference in sentencing would be minimum of 16 years up to life, but at least if even if it's life, it's like there's a chance of parole.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I went in like really wanted to be like innocent, but there was enough evidence.
I can believe it.
Like there was video footage following around the beach and then running away with the pew pew in his hand. Um, so, but everyone was dead set on first degree, and I was like, how? Like there wasn't really any like solid proof of premeditation aside from like going to the beach with a pew pew, but you know anything about South Beach, lots of people
Yeah, I
go to
mean
South Beach armed, especially
that's
people in like that particular like lifestyle. Um, the victim was a lady of the night, and he was her intimate partner.
mm,
Mm.
okay. I could. Here's the thing. Um, while I am absolutely for prison abolition, I am, and I do think we need a more restorative justice system. Um, the system that we currently have is what it is, and if you got caught on camera, you got caught on candid camera. It is what it is. So
And it was, I mean, when I tell you, like, I wanted so like give me something because even like cameras in back then, this we're talking 2019, weren't that very clear. But he was wearing a white belt, and the way that he was wearing the belt, it was like one of those ones that loop through and then just like you can either have it hang or just put it to the side. He was letting it hang, so it was very obvious on camera. And he was wearing the same belt when they brought him into the police station. Like, so that was one thing that was very obvious. And then like the shoes he was wearing were like
distinctive.
black shoes with like a white Nike logo with another white logo up here, like very specific shoes that were found in his trunk. Which I said, listen, I said in front of the jury, I said, look, this would have never happened to a woman. Women are not that dumb. Oh,
Should have
he
got rid
didn't.
of everything.
Yes, yes. If
Should
all
have
you have
got
to
rid
do
of
is throw those shoes
everything.
in a dumpster at, at any point in those 4 or 5 days until they picked him up, they would have never fucking found those shoes. The shoes are what really attached him because then, like, and another level is like one of the shoes was missing the white sole. They found a piece of the sole in the trunk with the shoes. And then on camera, you can see him kind of walking away because the sole of his shoe is falling off. There was no, like, second degree was the best that I could do, because I truly feel like the state did not prove premeditation. And in Florida, it's life without parole or DP, and I definitely wasn't going to go for that. And he's also been in custody for 6 years, or almost 6 years, without a conviction. So, but yeah, women are not that dumb.
Like I look, I don't
Because
care
listen,
who
without the
got.
shoes, and if it was like you got rid of the shoes and the belt, there would be plausible deniability. Yeah, they saw you on the beach, but like there was no actual footage of the pew pewing. It could have been someone else, but it like
If you go look, if you are going to, oh hold on, Mike. 9 times out of 10, their attorney probably waived the right to a speedy trial. If they waive the right to the speedy trial, then it doesn't violate the Sixth Amendment. That happens a lot in cases like this. They waive the right to a speedy trial. And actually, it does kind of show lack of premeditation. Because if it was premeditated, yeah, it would have been hopefully a little bit smarter.
like that was crazy.
Idiocy, straight idiocy. It's like I don't get it. I don't get people.
But you know, I doubt many people even heard about it when it happened because she was a black woman that was a lady of the night. So he probably assumed that no one would give a shit.
I mean, and to be totally honest,
Hmm.
not completely wrong. And that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see like how long until they usually will do like the sentencing hearing because I'm curious what the judge will decide. because the whole time, like every single day, the judge was literally like would remind us before and after lunch and before we leave, would be like, remember, don't have your mind should not be made up. Listen to all the facts of the case, blah 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 blah. Um, so
Yeah.
mm,
But I do understand why you said second degree because it, premeditated. It, you had to prove premeditation beyond a reasonable doubt, and I think that beyond a reasonable doubt is the part that gets people a bit caught up because beyond a reasonable doubt means that there is literally hardly any doubt. Like, so you could prove, I mean, honestly, beyond a reasonable doubt, you could prove that the person did the action, but they didn't prove premeditation beyond
hmm
a reasonable doubt.
well, according to the rest of the jurors.
Hmm. I have thoughts about that, but I don't think this is the platform to have those thoughts. Well, to
You know
have
what the
that
thoughts.
conversation about
You know
those
what the
thoughts.
thoughts are.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is my reminder to everybody. This is why it's important to just serve on a jury if you have the ability to. Because if I hadn't been on that jury, the decision would have been made the first day within the 2 hours that we had left on Wednesday, and it would have been first degree, um, because that's where everybody was sitting that first day.
I know they was just like, ugh, let's just do what we got to do to get out of here because she is not gonna move.
Well, by the second day, I was able to one of the at least one other person had slept on it and like had thought about it further and felt like there was some doubt there. And then it got to the point where like three or four people were, not 100% sure. So, and then once with that, and then also me saying that there's 100%, 100%, I was like, we're not doing it. Like, I'm literally not. So, but I told them, I said, I don't expect anyone to change their decision to be like mine, just like I wouldn't change. Like, because y'all have to live with your decision. I also have to live with mine. I was fine with it being a hung jury because I know like they have the right to retry or whatever. But there was one like white lady that was like, can't believe like we're even having this conversation and blah 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 blah. Like it was so obvious. And she was like, oh, if I guess we're gonna have to do secondary because if not, then he's gonna walk. He's gonna walk. I'm like, it's that's not how that works. You think he's
But
gonna
the
walk
fact,
tomorrow? Like that's not how that works.
but the fact that that's she is a perfect example of the problems with the criminal justice system, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not about, well, if we do this, he's gonna walk. First of all, how many people that look like her do heinous things and walk every day?
Mhm.
And she ain't losing no sleep over that. But marksman, darling, we're not talking about voting in an election. It's not what we're talking about. Thanks. It's so funny when people come in and they join in the conversation, but they don't have the context. So,
Mhm. I'm trying to find.
oh yeah, people absolutely have no idea how the justice system works. How does it feel to be a I'm gonna stop. Soto, why don't you come up? Maybe not. Maybe not. I don't think I want to talk to you. Never mind. Yeah. You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to find if I can. I don't remember the case number. Trying to see how I can find it based on something else.
I have never gotten jury duty though, but I'm probably not the right person to get jury duty. No, that's
Yes.
not true. That's not true. OBS is making my nerves bad.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm gonna try to use when I'm doing my lives. I think I'm gonna try to use TikTok Studio.
Yeah, TikTok Studio has been giving me issues. That's why I'm not on it today.
Yeah, the algorithm is not algorithming today.
Mm, yeah, probably because we're, I don't know how
Yeah,
many
cause
shares are, but like, did everyone send their heart me? And then after you send your heart me, did you hit up top and then put claim to get your full points? Um, Remember we have all those extra steps that they give us now. And then after you do a comment, every day you get like a comment, like bonus points or whatever, but you have to hit claim. Like it's so annoying, y'all. But there's a lot of points that we're leaving on the table, especially if you already send your heart me. Um, I'm trying to find more information, man. I don't know. They make this hard.
it's somebody that's in the chat, but I don't know. Do you know who Into the Abyss is?
I don't think so,
All right, let's
but
see.
it says they're a recent guest, so. Mhm.
What's happening, ladies?
Hello, what would you like to discuss?
I'm just wondering, when your topic says that USA doesn't like women, I think what you must be describing as is men are taking away the rights we granted you, and you're kind of mad about it, right?
Where are you
Mm,
from?
I'm Irish.
Do you live in the United States?
I did for a long time. Yeah, I've got a dual citizenship.
But do you currently live here?
No, not at this moment. No, but I can live there most of the year. Yeah.
Okay, you said that they're trying to take away the rights that they granted us.
Yeah, well, men grant you your rights, right? As women, men granted you those rights. Now we're taking them away. Do you ever wonder why men are taking them away after so many years of letting them lie?
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How did they grant anything to me?
Well, because of force doctrine, right?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
have. Here's the thing: the rights should have just been provided as me being a human being.
Well, what is a right?
So, hey, let's not pivot, okay?
Okay, go ahead, but explain a
Uh,
right to me.
You
mm.
use the term right. I'm going to use the term you used, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
All right.
So, if
All right.
hey, if you're going to be disrespectful, you can move around.
I'm sorry.
Like I have no patience for foolishness and fuckery today. None.
Okay. You go ahead. Love you talk away there.
You said I can what?
I just
What?
said I'm being quiet.
Okay, thanks. Do that.
Yep.
So anyway,
You woman spleen.
what?
Sorry, go ahead.
Hey, if you gonna say what you got to say, man up and say it.
I said you woman's playing away there instead of having a conversation, but I would like to take it point by point if you want to actually, have a proper rebuttal, but it's up to you.
Hey, if you would shut the entirety of the fuck up for a second and let me actually talk instead of continuing to be a punk ass bitch.
Oh, misandrist now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I am a misandrist, and
Yeah, it's obvious.
I'm actually not, but you're an idiot.
Okay, well, you're
Anyway,
making yourself out to be pretty stupid here. Do you want to get on with the conversation, or do you want to make any points, or do you just want to monologue indoctrinated feminist nonsense?
I'm not a feminist.
Oh, are you not? Okay, well, maybe we can break that down.
Yeah, I'm not a feminist.
Okay, okay, D. And let me see. Would you want equality?
No, I want equity.
Oh God, you want outcome? Is that what you're saying?
I said I want equity.
But do you want outcome? Yeah, we know we want equity. All men, no women want
Does he know what that
equity.
means?
But do you want outcome? Yeah, we do know, Elena. Calm down, love.
No.
I know what I'm talking about here.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do actually, because if you want equality of outcome, is what I'm asking her. If you want me to break it down to you, she wants equity. We know women want equity. You've wanted equity for a long time, but you have to earn it, right? You can't be subsidized by the men's to earn equity, shall we say, right? Was it women's NBA? Was it subsidized league? Isn't it? Nobody watches it, and you all want the same pay. Let's not be silly. You get it through sponsorship, you get it through views, and you get it through interest. And let's face it, nobody's bloody interested in women's sports, are they? Well, you
I'm
want
not
men's
interested in
sports,
men's
we're
sports.
not. Well, we're not interested. Men don't want to watch it because it's crap. Okay, there's the truth of it. It's crap. It's shit to watch. It's horrible. They're really terrible at it, and you are trying to be men when you aren't very good at it, right?
And he said I was the one monologuing and saying stupid shit, right?
Okay, well, go ahead. You can have your turn now, love, but make it point by point if you don't mind.
Nah, because you're a waste of time.
Yeah, of course I am, because I just
No,
listened to
because
your
you
whole
actually don't
entire
understand.
argument
You don't
without you
understand what
even saying a
equity
word.
is.
I
You don't
slaughtered your
understand what
argument without
equity
you
is.
speaking.
Hey, you don't understand what equity is. You are not intellectually capable of having this conversation. I do not cast my pearls among swine, and you, sir, are swine.
No, you want to pick and choose what you want for equity instead of doing the hard work like men do, right?
I haven't said anything about what equity
Well, then
is.
explain your equity, because I've heard it a million times, but go ahead, entertain me
Okay,
with
since you
something
heard it, how about you
non-valuable.
explain it to me, stupid?
No, go you ahead. You seem to be the
No,
one that
you
knows
said
what you're
you
talking
heard it.
about, and you're not a
Hey,
feminist. I
you
think we've
said
already
you
broke
heard
that
it, so
down.
you tell me.
Yeah,
You said
okay.
you heard it, so
Well,
you
then
tell me.
give me your indoctrinated worldview and I'll tear it apart.
You tell me because you said you've heard it. Why would I repeat something that you've heard
Well,
already?
what do you want in equity? What do you want out of equity in a personal question? What do you want out of it? Because I
You
understand the conversation. Don't try and break it down and act like I don't know the words. I'm a linguist. I can tell your man-hating words right away.
man-hating words.
Yes, your man-hating words, Miss Sandri.
Okay. I find it so amusing.
Yeah,
Like
well,
he,
I'm a linguist and I'm breaking down your nonsense. You're not finding it amusing at all
I
because you
haven't
can't
even.
even talk
Wait,
without
you
me
want to know
ending
what's
your
so funny?
argument.
I haven't even said anything. He won't even allow me to
Because you
make
haven't
an
got anything
argument
now to say,
because
because I
he
tore your
won't
argument
shut
apart
the
without
fuck
you
up
mentioning
long
anything.
enough for me to say anything.
Well,
He
then
won't
say it.
stop
What do you
talking
want out of equity,
as he
dummy?
continues to talk. Like he continues to talk.
Well, what do you want out of equity?
He
As the
continues
feminist you
to
are.
talk.
Bunch of hot air.
Yeah, a bunch of hot air, but you still can't answer the question. You're sitting there like a dump
Talking
truck
about
as well,
you.
and you can't answer it, right?
I'm talking about you.
Well, then ask questions. I'll answer your questions, no problem at all. It's your life. Go ahead.
I don't.
What do you
I
want?
honestly have no interest in asking you any questions.
Yeah,
I'm
do you know
flipping
why
something
you
up.
don't?
Oh, he
Because you
coming at
don't because you
me.
don't understand equity, because you want outcome and you don't understand that
No, because I'm
outcome
looking
has
something
been
up that
tried
I
for
was looking up
100
before you were
years.
brought up.
Well, do you want to know what? Do you want to know what women proved in the last 100 years? That you want to do the same fucking jobs before feminism as you do now, you fucking idiot.
You done yet? You done having a tantrum?
No, I'm not done having a tantrum because I'll break
Okay,
down
keep
your
going.
stupidity all
Okay,
day
keep
long.
going.
Answer
Go
the
ahead, keep
question.
going.
What do you
Keep
want out of
going, buddy.
equity?
Keep throwing your tantrum.
What do you want out of equity?
Out of equity?
Yes, I understand what you mean by equity. What would you personally
And what
want
do
out
I
of that
mean?
if it was
What do I
granted by
mean?
men, as it
What
has to
do I
be, right?
mean?
As
What
because
do
we
I
grant your
mean?
fucking rights.
What do I mean when I say I want equity?
Yes.
What do you think I mean?
No, you tell me, but you're the one that said it. So
Mm-mm.
let's
No,
see where your
you have
worldview's at.
spent the last
Let me
10
hear your
minutes.
bullshit. I've
You
heard
have
from
spent the
feminists a
last,
hundred times.
hey, little bitch boy. You have spent the last 10 minutes telling me what I mean. So I'm asking you to clarify what you think I mean.
Who mentioned equity?
Since
Who?
you're the big strong man who knows everything and grants me my rights, why
Right. Well,
don't you
who
go ahead and
mentioned
tell me what I mean?
equity?
Go ahead and tell me.
You right again. Who mentioned equity?
Me.
Right. Well, then explain
No. Because
why.
as soon, let me tell you why. It's
I'll
very
tell you
simple.
fucking why. Because I ripped your argument apart
Why did
before
you
you
ask her a
even
question
started.
if you weren't going to let her answer?
Because that's what he's been doing this whole time, and that's why he hasn't gotten an answer yet. Because he won't shut up long enough. Oh no, free thinker, I absolutely know. But you won't sit in the comments and talk shit. Shut the fuck up. How about that? So when you're done with your tantrum, let me know.
Shit.
His argument is essentially, Poison Ivy, that men gave women rights. That's really what this is, and that women should basically
How long should I give you to answer the question?
um
Because you're now assuming to your chat things that you haven't actually asked me about. Was
I very simply said, you explain to me what equity is, since you said you know what I mean.
you're the one that mentioned equity.
That is great.
They got here early.
Who mentioned equity? Me or you? Right, so you'd be able to back the words that come out of your mouth, and you're clearly avoiding the question. So,
I'm not avoiding the question.
well, how many times do I have to ask the same fucking question
I
to you for you
already
to comprehend it?
I very easily and simply said to you that before you asked me what was equity, you immediately jumped down my throat and said, you mean this and da 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 da. So I want you to clarify.
Right, so
You
again, you're
made
not listening. I didn't ask you that. I said, what do you personally want out of equity?
that's
That's
not
the last time I'm going to ask you, and then I'm just going to leave because you're not engaging. You're trying to make me out and put me in a box instead of
into
actually
the
having a
abyss.
conversation.
Into the abyss. I checked out of this conversation when you started jumping down my throat about the word equity. So
I
I
never checked
actually
in.
have
You won't answer
I
the
haven't.
question, right?
No, I'm not going to answer the question to you because honestly, you're an
No,
idiot.
Thank you
no,
so much, Ravi.
no,
W
because you
Ravi
haven't
for
got it. You
sending
haven't got an
$30. I
answer,
appreciate
and
you
that's
so
feminism
much.
in a nutshell,
W
isn't it?
Ravi in the chat.
You're an emotional child.
Am I? And you're not able to answer the question. So who looks more silly here?
Not
You.
me. I've answered. I've
Oh,
answered.
is it?
I've
You,
Right.
answered.
because you've been
Okay.
over
So
talking
then,
the
so
entire
then just
time.
answer the question.
I've
First, you
Answer
were
the
crying
answered.
in
question.
the chat about not being let up, and then you were let up, and then
And you're not engaging.
W Ravi. Nami sent the baby dragon as well. Sorry,
So
bud. They paid to kick you.
yeah. So equity is everybody getting what they need to be able to be successful. If you make let's say you have a building and you make a staircase to get into the building. That is not an equitable solution because guess what? My wheelchair riding ass can't get up the stairs. So a ramp and stairs is an equitable solution. It is equity derived.
Mm-hmm. I do like this comment, and I did invite them up, so let's see if they're brave enough to come up. Of course, she has the pick me, look at me uniform on with her blue hair and nose ring. Nothing about my appearance is pick me energy at all. Um, if I was trying to be a pick me, I would try to be more palatable to the male gaze.
Yeah.
Nothing about this.
No, that's
Yeah.
not a pick. But
Nothing about this is yeah, I'm literally the opposite.
yeah, equity is about everyone getting what they need to be successful. That's what equity is. Equality is about everyone getting the same thing. That
Think
difference
oh sorry.
matters. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna I thought you were done. You finish.
No, I was just
I was
saying
just
that
doing a one thing, so like that's not as important. Do you finish
okay.
your
So equity is the better option than equality.
Mhm.
And I know the answer to that. So I don't want equity because I don't think everybody needs the same thing. I think everyone is an individual and we should take them as such. I believe in equity for men because all men are not the same.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry that Into the Abyss, I checked out once he just, honestly, I wasn't really all that checked in because he don't even live here. Like,
Mhm. So
he
what I
don't
was
even
saying
go
is
here.
I see everyone sending their heart me's. Make sure after you send your heart me that you hit the little orange heart and then click claim next to like send heart me because that's how you get your full points, like the 40 points that they give per team. And then if you've already commented in the live, then there should be another thing under like leave a comment that says, so you guys have to do that every single time you send the heart me every day, because if not, we don't get the full benefits and points of the heart me's. I know it's annoying. They did this extra step to make it harder for everyone to participate, but I think it's probably to reduce the amount of like bots and stuff.
That makes sense.
Make it more fair, like and have it be actual real people, but it is annoying because I even forget.
You know, MAGA
How's
supporters are,
Ren, have you decided when
they're,
what your because I shared the live yesterday because we were talking about it on my live about your like future plans and stuff. Have you decided like what days and times you want to do?
I actually have to talk that over with you. Me and you and I have a conversation about it.
Okay.
Um, cause I know I don't want to be as late
Hmm.
as Erica goes on, but and I know why she goes on so late because where she is on the West Coast.
Hmm.
But that's 9 my time,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
so
Well, we were talking about it yesterday. We were thinking like it would be perfect if you were able to like go on in that time frame between my live and then Erica's, but like in a way that like we can raid you and then you can raid Erica.
hmm, okay, I'm gonna
Because
have to try to see if I can.
I know you normally work until 7 my time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of the time that's like when I'm already ready to like that's more most of the time that's usually when I'm ready to like log off anyways. So we were talking about it would be like it'd be so amazing because then like then we could watch women all day instead of have to go anywhere else. Obviously on weekends and stuff, like it could be whatever time, just whatever works for
Yeah,
you. But
because I think though I am going to. I'm trying to decide because I have to take 2 days off a week, especially as we're getting closer to summer.
mhm,
I'm trying to decide is it going to be Thursdays and Saturdays or Fridays and Saturdays. One of them has to be Saturdays because I've got to do the parenting thing, y'all.
mhm.
Even though I'm so sick of her, but that's another story for another day. Um, I don't know. I'm trying to get it all together. I want to get some time. Um,
Mhm.
and some different things because here's the thing, and I say this all the time. It's a lot of debating and a lot of discussions and a lot of talking about um, the ails of the world.
Mhm.
And I want to be a place, and I'm going to tell anybody that's in here that's listening to, Don't bring no bullshit in my space. Don't bring no bullshit in my space. I am creating a space where people can be community, where people can um enjoy each other. Everybody ain't got to like each other and everybody ain't got to get along. That's cool.
Hmm.
But you do not have to bring bullshit. And I'm not going for it. I want us to be able to have fun, have good conversations, learn things, all of that.
So am I gonna be allowed to come hang out with you here every no, it doesn't have to be every day, but every once in a while?
Yeah,
I'm allowed in your
of course.
space.
Yes, of course you are. Look, let me
Uh,
tell you something.
it's a
I
it's a
know what it
thing.
is.
Yeah, it's a
I know
thing.
what it is. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to say it like this: you are always allowed in my space because I am never going to begrudge somebody for sticking up for people that look like me. That's it. That's all. And anybody that don't like it, if you mad, my suggestion, as always, is to scratch your ass and get glad.
That's the one we forgot. We were going over last night all the Renisms that you brought us.
Yeah.
We forgot about that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. If you mad, scratch your ass and get glad.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for this like new phase because you know me, I love to talk about everything. I love to talk about
Mm-hmm.
music, like lifestyle stuff. Oof.
Yeah, and I think that is, I think that it is like one of the things I really want to do, and I actually have an attorney that I want to talk with. And if this interview with this person goes the way I wanted to, maybe I'll do something like a panel with more attorneys.
Hmm.
Because I want, there's what they call the Trump bump, where the amount of people going like applying to law school goes up during Trump coming into office.
Yeah,
And I would love to speak to attorneys and actually have a conversation about what they wish they had known to speak to before they actually, you know, apply to law school.
yeah,
Because I know quite a few attorneys that go to law school, pass the bar, and then don't even practice.
yeah. I mean, that was one of the big reasons why I didn't end up going to medical school is because I had all of my like mentors were telling me like, don't do it. They literally were like, don't do it. And I was like my dog passing away and stuff. Like I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just like take a year and decide if I
You
really want to
know,
do it. And then I was like, no, I don't want to do it.
now, Dr. Keisha, you said people going into medicine is going down. Hmm. I would like to explore that. Okay, that's a thought. I want to explore that because I want to know if maybe is it a multifaceted thing like the current political climate, also on top of the ridiculously high cost
Hmm.
of medical school. Um, and something has to give because we now have people passing away of preventable illnesses. Oh yeah, the freaking insurance companies, and I say that.
Don't say it.
Hmm.
Stop right there. Don't get in trouble.
Oh no, I wasn't going to him.
Uh,
Him.
oh no, no. I thought
Nah.
you were gonna say about your day to day.
Oh yeah, I was. So I'm gonna stop right there. You're right. You're right. It is. All I'll say with insurance is that it is a lot of red flags and moving parts, and a lot of red tape, red flags, red tape, and moving parts.
Hmm.
Hey, Mr. B, I ain't seen you in a while. You missed my going away party, Mr. B?
Wow.
Sad. So sad.
Um,
But
my thing is I wanted to be a doctor because like I wanted to like help people, and then I realized that it was very little about preventative medicine and like and the speed at which you're seeing patients and stuff. It's like a lot of it's honestly just like pushing meds. And it just wasn't for me. I wasn't ready to make that kind of commitment.
my sister. Wait, what'd you say? I'm sorry. Say that last sentence again, because my sister was in there doing something in the room, and I thought she was like hurt.
No, I just said I wasn't ready to make that kind of commitment.
Oh no, I don't. And I used to want to be an attorney, and then I realized, no, not at all.
And honestly, I'm like, it turned out to be the biggest blessing because if I had been a doctor during the pandemic, I punched out the first person that was like trying to tell me that it's not real, as I'm like putting people in body bags. Like trying to tell me that it's not real, as I'm like putting people in body bags. I would not. I would have made it.
Oh, I feel
You okay?
between the bed and the frame, and then I had to figure out how to get from underneath the frame, and that took a while. I'm sorry.
She like Alita laughing because my sister
I'm
is
sorry for
clumsy.
laughing. I'm sorry for laughing because that's happened to me before. One time I moved all my furniture around in my room and then I was trapped.
Yeah, I do this a lot. I've just learned to live with the clumsiness. Small little oopsies. Oh, I made an oopsie yesterday.
At work?
Yeah. The skin on my finger is gone.
What?
Yeah.
She reminds
Oh,
me so much.
yeah, I do this a lot.
Oh,
I pinch my skin. Yeah, you do that with a lot with dogs.
I wouldn't groom dogs. I don't like dogs. I don't like cats. I don't like animals.
I'm learning not
That's
to
a
like
lie. I actually do like
I was
animals.
like, wait, what?
them.
I actually do like animals.
I love animals, but I don't like them. Working with them for so long, you become disillusioned with their cuteness.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's okay.
Back to work.
She just came in here to give us all a
Play by
rundown,
play. Yeah.
a play by play of her trying to clean her room, and then now she
It's
just
a dangerous thing. That's why I don't bother, you know? Hey, yeah.
a play by play. No, mm-mm. Yeah, but no. You said trying to clean her room, and then now I convinced her to come once in a while.
Y'all,
She said, "Y'all don't want that."
Yes, we do.
I can't wash my mouth.
She can come guest on my live.
I don't wash my mouth.
That's fine.
You might get banned. I don't want to do that to you. Again, I can't wash my mouth. Again, I really can't wash my mouth. It's extremely difficult. Not even at work. I get.
Oh my.
Luckily, we all friends there, so I don't get in any real trouble.
That's good.
I told my boss F you.
So wait.
Yeah. I told my boss F you.
Me to have Mini Ran and Sister Ran on there.
First of all, I am my own person.
I said, I know.
I refuse to live in your shadow again.
I know. My bad.
Y'all, this is entertainment right here.
This is, and you want to know what's so funny?
Day.
This is every day.
Mm-hmm.
This is every single day. And then don't let husband be home, and then brother-in-law be in here, and then my brother be in town.
Oh, it's worse.
It is bananas.
Oh, it's worse.
It is bananas, cuckoo bananas. Like we all randomly just start making up songs. It was a good song. We didn't like him very much.
Still don't.
Still don't. Like he's a piece of shit.
Let me see.
So let's see.
We
Is
could
somebody
stick
in
here.
the play? Is this the same person? Oh, I don't know. But let's see.
As soon as y'all start talking about things.
They left.
No, Tiana. I hope you're okay. Hope it's not too bad of a sprain.
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga.
Was that a tiny child?
That was a fetus.
Oh, it sounds like that fetus needs to get
Aborted?
No, I wasn't gonna say that. I love kids, even the bad ones. No, I was gonna say a proper spanking. Yeah, we're going
Discipline needs discipline.
Yeah, there we go. I could not think of the word. I forgot the word "the" yesterday too.
It happens.
Yeah. Is the heat on?
Somebody said Rand's sister trying not to get canceled.
I'm trying.
I don't know if the heat is on. It's hot in here.
Okay, so it's not just me. Okay,
no, it's burning up. So, did you go get new kittens?
Me?
Yeah. Like, did you go get some more fosters? No, I'm asking because now that the trial is over, you'd have messed around and went and got you some more bottle babies.
No. Actually, I'm gonna try to not take a full break, but I'm gonna try to just ease up a little bit so I can get my life back in order, because all of my laundry and all that stuff has kind of fallen behind.
Ditto.
Mhm.
But to be fair, I haven't had that my laundry done in like 4 months.
Just wash it.
I just wash as I wear.
We wash as we need. Like we need to stop. But
I know, but I'm tired.
Yeah. I don't know that I'll ever be able to take a full break. And honestly, like, if they send an email tomorrow with like little tiny babies, I'd probably have to go get them. But for now, Vine and Periscope, unfortunately, I thought they were going to be of weight to go on a transport next week, but they're just under. So I'm going to have them probably a little bit longer. And then Gherkin and Pickle, still alive somehow. And Emilio will probably be ready for vaccine soon.
You named them Gherkin and Pickle.
Yeah.
I love that.
She always names them like so.
Did she ever get Maine Coon kittens?
Cucumber and Cornichon died, so there was more of them.
I love that.
Did she
ever get Maine Coon kittens?
No.
Oh, I want a Maine Coon. I don't know why. I just do. I know. I don't want a dog. I groom dogs all day. I don't want one. And cats clean themselves. I don't gotta take them to the groomer for real. As long as I brush, I'm good. Unless they do like Shadow and likes to get in flour and jelly and chicken grease.
That's funny. He's trying to get some.
Shadow is bad.
He is terrible.
Like he's the cat that you'll sit there eating food, and his favorite thing is to sit next to your plate, and he sits there and he waits till you look away, and then he tries to hurry up, grab your chicken, and run. And he's gotten me a couple times. He stole a whole steak one. That made me angry because he brought it underneath the bed, and at that point, it's all on the floor under the bed. I don't know what type of dirt, dust particles is in there.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Had to throw the whole steak away because he wasn't getting it. Because fuck him.
Fuck him. That was your answer. Cause fuck him. He eats toilet paper.
Yeah, obsessively. Yeah, obsessively.
Maybe he need fiber. Do cats need fiber?
I'm gonna be
I
honest.
don't know.
I don't know. And I went to school for this. That's terrible. But my mind is not right. I mean, it's never right, but it's definitely not right now.
So yeah, I have to get a. So y'all know my fighting with mics and soundboards and all that stuff.
Technologically illiterate.
Yes. So I'm sitting there trying to buy a soundboard, and then I realized something. Cup of Tia so graciously and awesomely provided me with a mini stream deck. And then I realized a stream deck is essentially like a sound card. So I'm trying to buy something, sitting there trying to buy a soundboard, and then I realized something. Cup of Tia so graciously and awesomely provided me with a mini stream deck. And then I realized a stream deck is essentially like a sound card. So I'm trying to buy something.
Y'all to avoid work.
RTP was saying that Streamlabs is pretty easy. That's what they use.
I use Streamlabs with OBS.
No, just Streamlabs.
Maybe I tried Streamlabs or Stream Elements.
Streamlabs, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm
Then
pretty sure.
y'all, I found this other streaming thing called Trovo.
Mm.
Trovo.
Where are it?
Yeah. So it's like a Twitch counterpart. And I think I want to try it out on there, streaming there too.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be totally honest, you can't have too many places to be.
Yeah.
That is a complex question, Mr. B. That is a very complex question.
What?
It, you read the question?
Yeah.
It is. Okay. I have other information that says it's a complex question. Like it's a complex question in the context
When is
that
that an
it's
easy question?
huh?
When is that an easy question?
Oh,
Oh, actually, yeah, I would say if your wife tried to unalive you, maybe.
yeah, like or
Unless you're John, because John doesn't agree with that. He thinks that
if
it's
you
okay.
getting punched, if you're being punched in the face and stuff like that, it does become a much easier discussion. Somebody said, Rumar said, but I thought drowning was a test of love.
You know, you know.
Yeah. So if there's no verbal or physical abuse, what about emotional abuse or financial abuse?
I want to know what my biggest pet peeve.
Hmm.
Not my biggest. It's one of my pet peeves. It's like if you're gonna clean something
Mm-hmm.
because you're tired of waiting for me to do it, don't do it half-assed. Makes me
Mm.
crazy. Like the kitten bottles.
Wait. I had someone argue with me that emotional and financial abuse should be legal. The fuck? No verbal or physical abuse, as much emotional abuse as any 20-year marriage, assuming I'm biased. I'm probably the wrong person to ask this question because I'm one of those people that is of the mind that it's a couple things there. First of all, you can leave your wife and not leave your kids. So just because you're moving out of the house, you can still have a relationship and be there for your children. That's one. And two, I'm a firm believer in leaving relationships that no longer serve you. And Mr. B, I'm going to be honest with you. We are all the villain in somebody's story at any given moment. So if you're looking for a way to not be the villain in the story, it's probably not going to happen. Hey, Johnny.
Johnny! Johnny, I have a question for you, but I can DM you. Something I want to ask you, but I'll DM you.
I
It's
told
washed.
I
What?
told Erica I want to do. I was thinking about doing a Wild Card Wednesday, doing a matchmaking
Oh, that'll be fun.
live to match people up with other people. Um, cause I would love to do like a dating game live.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
You know what you could do is like a TikTok like trivia.
Oh, I was gonna do that too. That's one of the things that I want to do. And play
Like
trivia games.
you
Um,
could have question no, but you can do it like specifically at TikTok, like questions about like just TikTok lore or TikTok like creators, like this creator's favorite whatever, or this creator's uh pet's name is Chairman Mao. And like,
yeah, I think that I have the ability to niches and whatever. But in the words of my brother, I am the niche. So since I am the niche, I I want to I just want it to be fun. And it's gonna be serious sometimes, y'all. Like it's not gonna always be a kiki. It's gonna be
I
serious
I do
sometimes.
love that your first day of freedom and you're who you are,
Yeah.
already ready to argue.
Yeah. Well, it's not even it's
Listen, I
I
understand.
would love to have like more functioning conversations, but Into the Abyss was like that man was a can short of a six pack.
Yeah, they're a
So
little yeah, they're a
so
little weird on the weekend.
yeah.
Weird on the weekend.
Let's see, Jamar. I'll reach out to Jaden. I think that it's just time to do fun things and to have conversations and
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
yeah, and I mean, and the reality of it is, y'all, the political climate is going to be this way for at least the next 4 years.
I mean, it's been this way my whole life.
Yeah, but I mean, the just the existential crisis of it all for the last 4 years has been on like is going to
Yeah.
be on 100.
Mm-hmm.
If we all only consume that, we are going to burn out. We are going to burn out. And y'all got to understand this ain't a sprint, this is a marathon, which means we have to take time for joy and fun and other topics and other things. This is a marathon, which means we got to pace ourselves. But that's just my view on the subject. So whatever. And if
Yeah.
you disagree with the background, request up. Come tell us how the USA does like women. Come tell
Mm-hmm.
us how libs are not meat writers for YT supremacy. Oh, that baby's adorable. The
Look at those
beans.
beans.
They clean beans.
Mm-hmm. Real Emilio. Speaking of beans, we do still have 170 left in our daily goal. Daily goal is what helps me be able to foster, helps me get Red Bull, helps me get any additional supplies like we did
Oh, Colby said you had
yesterday.
a package.
Ooh.
Coley?
Oh, okay. Why is this not working? Emilio, relax, please. Oh, thank you so much. I just saw Carla sent 20. I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier. Okay, buddy, I'm gonna get you your milk. He's like, "Mm."
Mm-hmm.
He will not be ignored. He will not be ignored. If there's creators that I'm sorry I didn't see that earlier. If there's creators that you guys enjoy spending time with, whether it's like debaters or there's some creators that I watch that just go live and they're just remodeling something in their house or doing a puzzle or something. Make sure that you while because it's not cheap to do this. Um, obviously this meaning like fostering, but also like streaming, the supplies needed, even like you need an extra cord. You need an extra cord. That's another $20 here, $20. That's another $20 here, $20 there.
And it's emotionally taxing because people on the internet will have you believing that you're too much.
Or not enough too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Or both at the same
hmm
time.
There's people that'll have you or try to tell you who you are, which
Mm-hmm.
is wild to me. I'm still hella annoyed about the 1% Hispanic. That shit like really is fucked up. Like I expect that from Trumpers.
But it doesn't surprise me. Um, because people, first of all, don't understand race, ethnicity. They don't understand any of these things. Um, but even still, I guess my biggest problem, and yeah, I'll tell you later because I don't know if you want to hash it in this space right now.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want you to ever stop speaking up.
Oh, I'm not going to. I'm definitely not going to.
Were you MAGA when y'all got married? Is your wife MAGA? Because if your wife is MAGA, then I would say I ain't gonna yuck your yum. So I don't know. I can't. I just need people to understand though too with supporting creators.
DG just sent DG just sent 50, 25 for the goal, and 25 to reserve an Albina mug. You got it. You got it. Um, you got it. So just message me your shipping address, and then I'll tell you just what the shipping cost would be once I put in your address, and then you got the first mug. Only 18 left. I can't say that it is cute. It is
It is.
unhinged.
I was just about to say that it is absolutely unhinged.
Did you hear the whole like drama with it though? That like I can't get it printed on a shirt. Like I had to find a different website to print it on mugs because
Why?
it said it was intellectual property, whatever.
Ah, because it looks like Mr. Bean.
But like it's still my face, and you can tell it's my face. Yes, I will show you guys the Albina mug. It is double-sided. Obviously, it's mirrored, but it's very like Saved by the Bell vibes. I did design all that myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's so cute.
That's what I'm also do too. I'm gonna get the stuff together for merch. Cause why the fuck not?
Mhm.
I got some Texas Roadhouse rolls in the freezer. I am about to eat them. I might sit and eat all of them. I don't care.
That sounds so good. Is host jobless? No, it is Saturday. If you were unsure. Um, we okay. I don't want to hit a like I want to hit a restart, obviously, but I want to see if we can finish out the heart hands just so that we don't like have to um, start with it. We can start with a penny gift. I'm so curious where Erica is. Thank you, DG. Why not have human babies instead? You know, there's people that can have fosters and human babies. Thank you, Drea. Thank you, DG. Look at this latch. At the feet. My favorite is you see the tail? The hair fluffed on the tail. That's crucial. That is crucial form here. The tail must be floofed. Still drinking. Unbothered. You see a little tight little curl at the tip. The grip. The grip. Onto the arm. 10 out of 10. It's taken him a little bit to get to this moment. You see, and then you have to have stash and then the glazed look. This is how we know.
Milk drunk.
Uh-huh. Cannot operate heavy machinery. so full it hurts. Eyes still going in different directions. I don't know if he's ever gonna get that fixed. Truly, y'all.
Was that the one? Amelia is the one that had the eye issue, right?
The cockeyes. Yeah. He's been cockeyed from day one.
It's just gonna be cockeyed. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Shoot.
You're so full. Like you're like full to the point that if you burp, you might puke. And I know you want more, but I don't think I can give you more, bud. Look at this.
Oh yeah, his tummy's too big. Hello, the grand one.
Hello, what was I even say? Raptured Ren? Is that it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How's your day going today?
It's going. What would you like to talk about?
Alina? Is that how you pronounce it?
Alina.
Alina.
Elena?
Mm-hmm.
I actually disagree with the first prompt you guys have up here.
Okay,
Why?
why?
I think there's evidence that suggests the US actually loves women. Its women, at least.
Like what?
To list only a few, we can look at historical moments, look at like civil moments typically. US gave women the right to vote pretty early on, relative to other countries, I mean.
Gay.
Where women can't even vote to date, you know?
All women?
There's countries where all women
No, no,
can vote.
no. You said US give women the right to vote pretty early on. My question is all women?
Well, that's not what I said. I said women.
Yeah. And would black women be considered women?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So black women got their right to vote later on. Is that what you're trying to say?
mm-hmm.
So is the point that USA doesn't like black women or doesn't like women at all?
Well, if you're using the argument, then you should use a more inclusive argument.
Oh.
Don't say that they gave them the right to vote when they only gave half of the people right to vote.
Oh, that kind of reminds me of the "it's all men" topic. You know how people generalize.
Hey, I
It's
muted
not at
you
all similar.
because you're smacking. Can you finish chewing and swallow and then come off of mute? Because that noise is really making my nerves bad. Thank you.
Why are they all like uncivilized?
I don't know. I only muted him because the smacking was literally making my brain hurt.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I think there's a term for that when the thing makes you irritated. There's a term for that. Irritated.
Misophonia, I think.
Misophonia.
Something like that. But yeah, I made a general statement.
You still smacking.
I'm not. Am I? There's nothing. No. There's nothing. Oh wait, actually, you're right. I'm still trying. Give me 1 second.
Ew.
Thank you.
It's crazy when they don't even realize that they're doing it.
Like I don't mind having a conversation with him. I can't deal with the food sounds.
All right, I'm done.
Okay,
Can I get a
great.
round of applause? I'm done. Okay. Yeah. I made a general statement. I said USA gave women the right to vote. I wasn't.
Well, it's not a true statement because it was only some women got the right to vote.
Yeah, that doesn't invalidate the statement I made. You see how that works?
Okay, so wait. But think about what you're saying. You're saying the USA does like women because some women got the right. Trying to make the distinction that the USA only likes white women, they don't like black women?
That would be for the host because she's the one who has a contention.
No. All women don't like black women? No. You're the one making this argument, darling.
Yeah. My argument is that the USA likes women.
No. You're the one making this argument, darling.
Yeah. My argument is that the USA likes women.
So you're saying the USA likes women as No.
I don't deny they gave black women the right to vote at a later date, but the point I was making was relative to other countries in the world, women got the right to vote very quickly in America. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, here's my problem with that whole logic anyway though.
You
Gave them the right to vote? Shouldn't women have had the right to vote as being human beings in this country? Why
I'm
should it have to be granted to them?
Well, what you're saying is everything should have been perfect and good. I'm not saying we should have been. I acknowledge there are bad things we do, but I'm saying as far as rectifying these things, USA did it fairly quickly. So that's the point.
Okay.
Utopia. As far as
Okay, you said rectified it, but they didn't rectify it completely then because that goes back to your whole not perfect argument. And basically, what you're saying, the grand one, is you are choosing when, hmm?
choosing what?
You are choosing when to say, oh, well, no, we weren't perfect, blah, blah, blah. But then, on the same hand, you're trying to split hairs and say, well, some women got the right to vote. So that means the USA does like women because some women got something.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is if you're trying to make it a racialized issue, then we have to look at
I'm
that.
not. I'm not
No,
making it racialized. You made it racialized.
no. I didn't make it racialized. It was the host actually that brought up black
No, no,
women
but it
getting
was
it later.
you. It was you because you understood the context of the question she was asked, and instead of saying, "Okay, that's a valid point," I can see that point, and moving on, you decided to double down.
Yeah, I did double down because it's not a racial issue. It's a women
And why
empowerment.
didn't black women get the right to vote at the same time?
That's a whole different argument. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Are
If
black
you want to
women?
make it
Are
racial,
black women women?
if you want to make it
Are
racial,
black
then we can
women
look at,
women?
hold on, if you want to make it racial, we can look at the racial undertones involved in them
Are
getting it.
black
What do you mean are
women?
black women women? Of course they are. Why are you asking me these
Okay, then.
irrelevant questions?
So it's not an irrelevant question because how are you going to separate one group of women for the other group of women and
I'm not
use that to make an
separating them.
argument for
I'm not
all women?
separating them. I'm not separate. And again, I didn't make an argument for all women. I said USA likes women. Okay,
Does
I
it
did
say
not
the
speak.
USA
You have to
like
pay attention
doesn't
to
like
the words. You
some
have to.
women? Does it say the USA doesn't like some women?
I don't really like how you're interrupting me. To be honest
I
with you,
don't give a fuck what you like. That's not
we,
relevant for
we
me.
have to be polite, guys. If we're
I
having a
don't have to
discussion,
do shit but stay black and die.
it would help if you were polite in this discussion.
It would
I
help,
haven't
but
been
I don't
rude
give
to
a
you.
damn about helping you.
I haven't been. You don't have no reason to be rude. Please, Raptured. Let's be.
Okay.
I respect you. I'm gonna give you common respect. So I would just ask that you give it back, please. If
No.
that's okay. If you don't want, then that's fine. But yeah. I didn't say all women. You have to pay attention to the wording. If I said USA likes all women, then you could make a case that they don't like black women. But I said
You would have
women.
had a stronger argument if you had chosen a date in which all women had the right to vote.
That's not the point, though. The point is, across the
No,
world,
you didn't
black
want to
women.
use that point because that date would have been later than other countries. But
No, 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 no.
that's besides the point because this is not about other countries. This is about how women are treated within the United States compared to men.
As far as civil liberties go, the U.S. is also relatively early, earlier than
Did
most
you not hear
nations.
what I just said?
I heard what you said, but it just
Hmm.
doesn't follow.
It
It
does follow.
does follow. You're not following
No, you're
because
trying to
you
bring up a
responded to what
point.
I said without like actually addressing it. You just said another thing that compares the United States to other countries, which is again not what the topic's about at
Well,
all.
how can you gauge how much they like women if you don't have a metric you measure it off of?
You compare it to how men are
To other
treated.
countries or to how
No,
women are treated in other countries. That's another metric.
no, the comparison that we're doing is comparing to how men are treated. That is the
Or
metric.
you could
Or yes,
compare it to
or
how
so go ahead and
other
start
women
your
are
own
treated
live. Go
in
ahead and start
another
your own
country.
live, but that's not what this live is about.
Okay, so you have to
You
specify
can
then.
start your own live.
Specify
I
your
mean,
parameters.
I did specify, and then you continue to
Just
make another
now.
point comparing to another country.
Okay, how are women disenfranchised compared to men in America?
You actually proved the point.
Routine!
Yep, you've actually proven the point just by your talking up here.
What is the point?
The point is, sit it down right there. Yeah, it's so hard. Also, I put compare men. Okay, men compared to women. You said women were given the right to vote, right?
Okay.
So compared to men, men were just um provided the right to vote, right? They just were born with the right to vote. Well, at
They
least
were also given the right to vote, actually,
by who?
by other men in power. You realize not all men could vote, right? At some point.
I do.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. So, and also, why are we acting like the world has always been perfect? I acknowledge it hasn't, but I'm referencing today. USA doesn't like women. How do they not like women today? That's my point. You can look back 100 years in the past and make an argument, but it doesn't really matter to me.
Okay. Well, the stripping of our reproductive rights, that's one way. Additionally, the SAVE Act that passed the House, that's another way
Your
to
reproductive rights are
to
not being stripped.
disenfranchise women. Yeah, they actually have already been stripped. So,
I disagree. Not when
okay.
you're disenfranchising another individual's life.
There's no
Hey,
other individual.
If you're referring to abortions, then there's absolutely another individual.
no,
Nope,
it's
they're
not.
not considered an individual until birth.
That's false.
No, that is true.
If you get in a car crash with a woman that's pregnant, you get charged for manslaughter. Double homicide, I should say.
That's
Double.
because that's against her bodily autonomy. But
No, you
she's
get
allowed
charged
to
for
protect her own bodily autonomy.
a double homicide. How can you be
Hey,
double
hey,
homicide if
hey,
there's
hey.
one individual?
Because she
I
didn't.
literally just said it.
She didn't make the choice for that child, for that fetus to be yeeted.
If you
She
admit
didn't
that
make that
it
choice.
is double homicide, then you acknowledge there are more than one individual. Otherwise, that statement wouldn't follow.
Hey, hey, the grand one. I need you to track the conversation.
I need you to do the same.
No, no. You are not tracking the conversation because if I am with child, right, as they call it, if
As
I
who
am
calls it?
people,
What people? Are you talking about being pregnant? Is that what you're saying?
Mm.
What do you mean with child? The child is in your hands? Is it in your body? What? Explain yourself, please.
so if you are with
Wait, where are
child,
you from?
From California.
What time is it there?
1:30.
Born and raised in the United States?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Yeehaw! Best country in the world, baby.
hey, do you know every state though does not
Uh,
actually
my geography isn't great. I should let you know right now.
I don't really give a shit.
So my point is, you can't say they're infringing on your reproductive rights if another person's life is being endangered.
Okay, but it is. So,
Okay.
can that fetus survive outside of the womb?
I mean, it depends on how viable they are.
Okay, so we're not gonna discuss anything after about 22 weeks. Okay, nothing about that. Nothing after then.
After or before, you said.
No, we're not going to discuss anything after 22 weeks.
Okay, before 22 weeks. Okay, cool.
Okay,
What's your point?
can can that fetus survive outside of the womb?
Probably not.
Okay, so if the fetus cannot survive, it's essentially being held hostage by this fetus because she has to share her blood, her heart, her lungs, everything. When
Build
I
a
tell you
placenta.
that for women, do you know how many women after they have had children, they teeth be messed up because of the calcium leach that the fetus takes?
Right. I want to answer your questions one by one. So I want to answer the first one. So on the topic of viability, right? If your whole argument is this person can't survive outside X place, therefore their life is not valuable, then that's a horrible argument. Because newborns cannot survive outside their mother's immediate care. If you leave a newborn on their own, they're going to
That's
unalive.
not true. It doesn't have
It
to be their
simply is
mother's
true.
immediate care.
It just
Okay,
has
It
to be a
just you can
person.
outside.
transfer ownership. Now
Okay,
the mother would get
outside of
charged if she
medication.
didn't transfer the care to somebody else and just let the baby unalive.
Right,
But
but
the
if
care
you're
can be transferred. That's the difference. The care can't be transferred from inside the womb to someone else's womb.
okay, but if your point is their ability to protect themselves, there's no difference between a newborn and a thing in utero, a child in utero.
Giant difference between those.
There's not. In terms
So
of
you're
their
saying,
Statistically.
capacity,
so you're
in
saying a
terms of the
fetus and an
capacity
infant
to
are the
defend
same
themselves.
thing. You're
I'm
saying
saying
a fetus and the infant are the same thing.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying in
Let's
terms
see.
of the capacity to defend yourself, there's no difference. So that's what I'm saying.
There's a giant difference.
Also, you brought up tried to play it off like the fetus in utero is a some has some sort of parasitic relationship. Oh, they make your teeth bad, they strip your iron. What are you talking about, bro? First of all, why are you just conveniently neglecting all the importance that babies do for their mothers when they're in utero?
What?
You know they send stem cells that help women fight viral or, you know, serious problems that they have. Are you aware? It's a mutualistic relationship. It's not parasitic. Babies
It's,
healthy as well.
you are absolutely wrong.
This is science, bro. I'm sorry.
Cite your source.
Cite my source that babies send stem cells that help their mother.
Yeah, cite your source.
All right, give me 1 sec.
Woo.
Field bros are annoying.
I'm not even a Phil, bro. So
But also, yes.
yes, I can just make an argument.
But you're not.
Uh, okay. Yo, tap the screen in the meantime, live. Tap the screen. Okay. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Look up. This is on ASU News, Arizona State University. News.asu.edu. The title of the article is Fetal Cells Influence Mom's Health During Pregnancy and Long After. You can give that a good read, but let
The
me.
red
Where
one.
their influence may benefit or undermine maternal health. So yeah, being pregnant has an effect.
Is that my point? Is my point not that it helps? We already agreed it damages them
It
as well.
helps or undermines maternal
You
health.
said
Like it does either
clearly
one, it
that was
mostly
not
does
true.
the latter.
I brought a source that proves it is true, and you're gonna dilly
You brought a
dally
source that
and
proves
teeter
both of
around
our
the point.
points. The fuck?
No, because the person under me said outright, quote unquote, that is not
Ren.
true. Can you
Your name is
concede,
Ren.
Raptured? Can you concede?
Can I concede that?
Yeah, that you were saying rubbish. Can you concede, please?
Can you concede that
Wait.
you're a
No,
fucking
wait.
dick? Fuck
I was
you.
like, Ren's not gonna concede goddamn shit. You literally said the title of it is Fetal Cells May Affect Mother Years After Birth, and it
That's
affects
not what
them
I said.
both
I said
harmfully and
fetal cells. I said fetal cells
No,
influence
the
mom's health during
benefits.
pregnancy
Did you
and
read
long
this? The
after.
benefits is listed as
I
milk
didn't say
production,
may.
which is for the infant, quiet time, bonding, oxytocin for the infant, and thermoregulation, again, for the infant. So it's just the hormone released, so that way you can further keep the infant alive
Look,
after you're done creating
listen.
the fetus.
Let
The
me.
harm
Oh
still
my God.
listed in this article is autoimmune disease, cancer, and preeclampsia.
Okay, cool,
Bro.
cool, cool, cool. We acknowledge babies can potentially harm their mothers. The person below me, quote unquote, said
Fetuses.
they do not help the mother at all. Can you concede that point? We have to, guys. We have to be consistent here. Can you concede? Because you made a
Fetuses
false
don't
claim.
improve the health of the mother. They
Fetal
don't.
cells can act as stem cells and develop into epithelial cells, specialized heart cells, liver cells, and so forth. This shows they are very dynamic and play a huge role in the maternal body. They can even migrate to the brain and differentiate into neurons. What
For
are
the
we talking about?
sake of temporarily, as long as she has survived the labor process,
So you're just
for the
gonna
sake
move
of
the goalposts.
temporarily helping her bond with the infant. It was an
You're
evolutionary
just gonna move
hormonal
the
release
goalposts then.
to hope that she survives labor long enough to bond with the infant, so that way the species keeps going.
Okay, so we're just gonna move the goalposts then. That's the point of this.
That's not the
Just admit that you
goalpost.
didn't understand the article.
I give
You
you a
just
I,
point
didn't
I literally
understand
only
what
and you
heard
you
two
try
bits
to
of
read.
it,
over
and I understood
contextualize
it
it.
more than you did. That's crazy.
I made a point
Hmm.
that
It's
that
a terrible
babies in
point.
utero help their mothers. They send stem cells that help.
Hmm.
The person below me said that is not true, quote
No.
unquote, word for word. They said
I
it's not
gave
true.
my mother walking
Can you
pneumonia.
concede that? That's my question. Can you concede that it is in fact true? That's my whole point. Because we can't just be lying up here, guys. It's disingenuous.
I agree. We can't just
I
be lying up
appreciate
here. We
that.
also need to understand what we read.
Yeah,
Reading
but more
comprehension is
importantly,
important.
we can't lie though. You know, let's not be disingenuous, guys.
Hmm.
Raptured. It's okay to concede. I just need you to concede. Just say I concede. There's nothing wrong with that. Babies do in fact help their mothers. Like, why are we lying, guys?
Hmm.
What are we doing?
Cellular integration means that mothers carry unique genetic material from their children's bodies, creating the biologist called the. You weren't. Were you reading the Smithsonian Magazine article?
I cited the source for you, bro. What are you talking about?
You cited the source, and then I told you what you didn't read. But then the actual sentence that you started reading was from a Smithsonian Magazine article.
Hell no. Wasn't from no magazine. What source are you even looking at
Parker's,
right
he
now?
probably thinks that it's only a magazine if he's physically holding it and it's glossy pages.
Are you on
Bro,
ASU News?
are you on ChatGPT?
Bro, I just gave you the source I'm on right now. How can
Are
I be?
you on ChatGPT?
While he figures out his life, y'all, we need to be bopping the screen aggressively. We need to get to 125K likes by 5 p.m. So 14 minutes. If not, we're gonna have to go to sub only chat because we are not participating enough, y'all. We desperately need to do that. That's what helps protect the live. And also, if you are interested in becoming a subscriber, consider it. We have a great Discord, we have a great community. But if for whatever reason you can't financially afford to do so, please comment in the chat before we have to go to sub only, and
How
we
much
might
to
get
be
to
a
subs.
sub? How much to be a
This is
sub?
very true.
Not enough for you.
Bro, what do I gain from being in your Discord?
You would never get in
I'm
there.
gonna
Absolutely
a
not.
quick PSA for the
Oh my
chat,
God.
y'all. ChatGPT is a good source, like Wikipedia is, for like baseline things, or even to find specific articles that may or may not be relevant. And you just have to actually click them themselves to look at them and double check. But if you just use ChatGPT to try to come up with an argument that is biased without double checking that the sources line up, then you end up quoting from something that you are not actively citing. That's how it all gets enmeshed,
Are
because
you on the
ChatGPT
page?
just generates and pulls evidence from multiple areas, which may or may not be academically sound.
How about you open the source I gave
So
you
that's
though?
the PSA.
And actually read
I
the
did,
source.
sweetie. And then I read it to you. And then you read a different source that was from the Smithsonian Magazine
No, I'm on
about
the
baby cells
page.
can manipulate mom's body for decades. That was the
Arizona
sentence
State
that you read out
University
loud.
News. Is that where you are?
That's where I was, yeah. And that's what
Why
I
did you
then
leave?
explained to you.
Why did you leave the page? I gave you the source.
Because I read the
Other
source
source.
and then I explained how you misread it, and then I was like, oh, what else was on this search result? And the Smithsonian Magazine was with the exact sentence that you were reading out loud about microchimera.
No, you even misquoted the title of the source I gave you. You said may. It included may. It has no may in here. Fetal cells influence mom's health during pregnancy and long after. That's the title of the source. You should look it up properly.
No, it's right there. The one with the here. You know what? Fetal cells influence mom's ASU with the pretty little thing that actually shows you. It has even a helpful diagram. So if you're bad at reading, you can just look at the picture and it tells you all of these helpful things that creating a fetus does. That way then you can bond with your infant.
You were on the right
versus
source.
what the labor actually does to you, what creating that fetus does to you. Does that make you feel better?
You were on the right source. So what are you talking about?
Because what you were reading from was from this source.
It's also in that source. You just didn't read the source. If you read the source, you would have seen what I was quoting.
You read out loud this sentence.
You need to go back to the other site and you'll see that exact highlighted section you just took in the other site.
Okay.
The other source.
In which case, one or both are plagiarized.
No, you don't have to be plagiarized. It can be cited. You know how these excerpts work? You don't have to plagiarize. You can just cite it.
Except they're not cited, and this one isn't, and that one didn't, so...
You didn't even read the other one. You don't know where it was from. How do you know if it was cited?
There's a problem with this argument anyway.
What's the problem?
You keep saying...
You concede, by the way.
No. Next.
So you're just
What's
being
the problem
bad
with the argument, Ren?
It does not, because bonding with a baby so you keep the baby alive is beneficial to the baby. So I do not concede the point because the point still stands. Just because microchimerism exists does not mean that it is beneficial.
Okay. My claim was babies send stem cells that help their mother. You said that's false. Can you
They do not always. It's false because it does not always happen.
You have cognitive dissonance then. That's the
For
problem.
the baby.
It doesn't matter if it's who it's for. The point is that it happens.
Yes, it does. That's literally the argument of who it's benefiting.
And when it happens, it benefits the mother. Why are we being so disingenuous, guys? I don't appreciate this at all.
I don't give a fuck what you appreciate. Shut the fuck up.
This is getting so disingenuous.
Like you're a man. I bet you any kind of money. You don't have no kids because one no woman let you nowhere near her.
That was a gender, bro. What are we doing?
Okay, well then if you're not a man, that's scary.
That's so like
that's scary. Because if you're a woman and you don't understand how reproductive systems work, I ain't apologizing for shit. I don't apologize to people like you.
I feel like you're arguing in such bad faith, but it's okay though. How does USA not like women though? I'm curious.
How many kids do you have?
I actually have one kid.
What woman did you pay to give you that?
What words can I say? Can I say stripper on here or no? Oh my bad. I already said it.
This just already.
This little dancer in Nevada. I actually paid her.
And how?
Did you say little?
Yeah. She's little.
Like, she was an adult.
Like a little person?
Please tell me she's an adult.
Like a person with little stature.
Please tell me she's an adult.
The fuck you think? You think she's not an adult? What the fuck are we doing?
I mean, honestly, and that's not an unfair question to ask.
Like, please.
The way that you talk about women, yeah.
So you don't live in Nevada, so you don't be around your child?
That's actually my business, and not your.
Okay, so he don't be around that child. Look at him. Look
Yeah.
at him. He want people. He want people to
Oh
make
my
sure they
god.
have babies, so he can
When
So
I
you
take
know,
care. I take care of my son. I'll have you know.
So he
sure.
didn't go through the nutrient depletion, the bone density loss, the anemia, the potential gestational diabetes,
You know how
hypertension,
hard it was for
preeclampsia,
me to produce
pelvic
the
floor
sperm
damage,
that made
mental
that
health
kid.
effects, immune system suppression, dental problems. He's not even around in the aftermath.
You know how hard it
But
was to
you have
make
an opinion on
the
this. Got it,
sperm
got it, got
that
it.
made that kid, bro. I feel like it equals out all
Just
these things
because
in
you
the end,
aimed
for real.
outside of your usual sock doesn't mean you get a reward.
You know how hard that was though, to just like aim outside of the sock.
I bet you.
For
I bet
you,
you.
I bet it was really hard.
I bet
Yeah,
you it was
I
really
know it's
hard, and I
tough.
bet you it was a long, long
Guys, the
distance.
point is we can't compare. Men and women go through
Sadly.
the same struggles during childbirth,
No,
bro.
they
We can't
don't.
compare.
No, they don't.
Yeah, we can compare actually.
Did you just
Thank you
say
for
men
proving the
go through
background.
struggles
He
in
said no. He said
child?
men and women go through the same struggles.
Same struggles is what
It's
he said.
foolish to compare, guys, because
You just
I
did
know
it.
what I know what I went through when I had to have my son, and I think that was even worse than what
Yeah,
those
you didn't
women
have
went through.
shit. You had nothing. You had a
Right.
fucking Red Bull.
No, I'm so
No, I mean,
serious.
like, what if he had like blood clots and he tore from
Sympathy
taint to
pains.
like yeah. I was like, what if he got the husband stitch when the labor was over?
You
Bro,
know
you
Is
what?
guys
that
are
what you went
missing the
through?
point, bro. You guys are
Somebody
missing the
should.
point.
Hey, the grand one. Somebody needs to give you an episiotomy.
I don't
Dirty
even know what that
episiotomies.
is, but okay. I
You said
went through
what?
so much mental distress. I
Do you?
think it outweighs
Would
the
you be okay
physical
with an
pain he went through.
episiotomy? Would you be okay with an episiotomy?
I don't know what that is, so I don't know I
Of
can be
course you
okay
don't.
with it.
And that just goes to show that you are not educated enough to have a conversation about
Am
pregnancy
I
if you don't
supposed to
know
know
that.
everything in the world? Like,
You
what are we
should know
doing?
that.
If you're having the
You
argument,
know
yeah,
that.
you should know that. That's like a basic thing.
I'm not having an argument about pregnancy, though.
I don't
I'm having an argument
usually do
about
this,
fetuses.
but where in the woman's body is the patella?
Is the what?
The
Is the
patella.
patella?
Again, I don't know what that is.
Oh my god.
Patella? I've never heard that before.
What about the uvula?
The uvula. That sounds like the one in the back of the throat, no?
You got that
The
one right.
uvula? That's correct, right? Yeah, I
You
mean, I
got that
did
one right. You got
basic
one.
biology, but like patella, all these things, it's like, guys, you can't expect me to know all these things, guys. Come on.
A kneecap? I would definitely learned patella when I was like in the fourth grade in gym class. My PE teacher had
And
like
you
brought out the
remembered it?
bones and did the whole thing. Yeah, because I like learn things and
Show of
then they're
hands,
there.
yo. How many people in this chat knows what a patella is? I'm so interested.
Ooh, one's in the chat. One's in the chat if you knew that a patella was a kneecap.
Mm-hmm.
Just be honest, guys. Be completely
Real
honest.
honest.
2 in the chat if you didn't know what a patella was. Just don't lie to yourselves, guys. I promise you. Host, do a poll instead, please.
So why do you feel like abortion is so wrong?
I'm gonna be so real with you.
Whoever did that, thank you, God.
That was me. Because they Joy paid to kick this dumb
Sadly, Joy.
MFer. We had another op in the box, but they disappeared.
Did he disappear
Funny
right
how
around
that
the time
happens.
that they said that there were equal struggles during pregnancy
No, he was
and
still in
labor?
there. He was still in there.
Okay. That got me so
Y'all, we
sad.
have 3 minutes to get to 125K. I don't know if we're gonna do it. So if you don't have a sub, now's the time to grab your sub because we are headed towards sub only chat. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you are, because I know the goons love to goon it up in the chat. We still have 125 left in our daily goal. Remember, the daily goal is what helps me with foster kittens. It helps me stay full of Red Bull, and it helps any sort of tech things or technology or whatever for the streaming. Streaming is not cheap, unfortunately. I
How
feel
are
like
HyperX microphones? HyperX?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, US
Y'all, I
Marine.
left my heated blanket for this. So get to tapping, get to sharing. I swear to I'm cold.
I love my heated blanket. I think I'm getting to the point though that I feel like I have to put it away because it's just it's time. I think we've gone far enough.
I leave mine on my bed year round. Cats love it. Not gonna lie. Sherman too. The dog. For those of you who didn't know that. I said just Sherman, just assuming everyone knows the dog's name.
Do we have any brave people? Everyone's telling Kate to leave. Oh, she has no followers. Thank you, Trisha, for sending a sub.
Man, I love you. Just a fun fact for today.
Oh, I love you too.
Thank you.
I love you too.
I love you too, Lena.
I know you love me.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me every day, but it's still nice to hear. So yes, if you disagree with any of the points in the background, please request. I would love for someone to argue that MAGA is dateable. I love when people come up so angry and they're like, what do you mean MAGA's not debatable? What do you mean they're undebatable? Debate me right now.
The grand one, you got kicked. You can come back tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That'll give him time to like read actual sources and hopefully understand them. If he takes notes, that'll probably help the comprehension.
Oof. Y'all, we were so close. Y'all really tried.
Can we get one more minute?
It's not fair though to the people that were like really trying.
You're right.
But we'll release the chat when we get to, I don't know, let's say 160K. Normally I would do 175, but let's do 160K. I think we could do that. Exactly, Mutang. Y'all don't do it until it's too late. So we are on sub only chat right now. Don't worry. It's just temporary. Just tap, 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 tap. Also, if you are bummed about it being sub only chat, Twitch is wide open. Hi, Middle Earth Runner. I think you're alone over there, Middle Earth Runner. But that's okay. We love having you.
I'm going.
So I was drying my hair, so I didn't hear his full argument. What his argument was that fetuses help the mother in utero.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Is it the kind of help that's going to negate all the bad stuff, or
no?
Okay.
It's still a net negative either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, sure did not.
Yay, Joy's over on Twitch to keep company. Thank you, Satan, for subscribing. That was fun to say.
Thank you,
That was
Satan.
really fun to say. That was really fun to say.
Yes, today, Satan.
For the subscription.
W Satan in the chat, y'all.
Satan being a goon is excellent.
I love that. So for those of you guys that are just, tapping away to reopen the chat, what do you get for being a subscriber, a goon? Well, you get some of the cutest, coolest stickers on the block. You get to participate in sub-only chat. But my favorite part is the Discord. Our Discord is sub-only, so only the coolest, funnest, awesome people are in there. And we talk about pretty much everything. We've got everything from gardening, like actual gardening. We have like beauty, lifestyle, sports ball, for people like sports ball. We've got a channel just for our cult, our Chairman Mao cult. Stephanie's dropping those stickers. We got Goss. We talk about Goss. Like we all went down the Resilient Jenkins rabbit hole together. It's a good time. It's not one of those discords where the creator is not involved. Like I'm very, very engaged every day. I know about y'all. You know about me. When I unalive a kitten, y'all the first to know. So win-win.
Lena.
Stop saying it that way, please.
I like
I
for
can't
people
with
to
you.
know I'm unhinged. And also when I get my when I do my
Lena.
family lineage and we find out that I'm 1% Hispanic, y'all will be the first to know.
I can't.
Even though both of my parents are Cuban. Hey, I could be adopted somehow. Switched at birth. You never know.
One of my siblings, because I'm the youngest in my family, so they tried that one time to like convince me when I was little that I was adopted or
Well, I
switched at
thought you were going to
birth.
say they tried to switch you at birth once.
No, no. They just
Mm.
like to do the scary things. And I don't think I've ever laughed so hard. And then my mom walked into the room and she was like, "What?" And I was like 6. And so I told her. And then she started laughing until she cried because I am her spitting image, but like taller now, shorter then, but we were just the same person. I was like, "That was a good try." You, however, because it was the sibling that looks like he don't look like anybody in the family. We're like, "But you should double check yours." Good luck.
Trisha's right. We did fundraise for a kitty oven, our kitty bake oven.
W that kitty oven.
I like that, Pika. And I'm going to read it exactly how you wrote it. That you would, I would let you take scare of me. Because that makes me think like we're playing zombies. Which reminds me, I haven't played State of Decay. I haven't even turned on the Xbox in days because of jury duty. I might have to rectify that. Also, by the way, G Snooks asked me how I felt about Call of Duty. I don't know why he would ask me that, but then I realized y'all know that like I have one Xbox, I have one controller, so it was probably my husband playing, so that like uh, might want to be careful, y'all, because you might accidentally invite my husband to a State of Decay game. He doesn't play often, but I'm assuming that's what he was doing.
We can play with Mr. Alina.
You can. But yeah, that definitely wasn't me.
How does he feel being called Mr. Alina?
I don't even know if he knows. Have I told
Oh.
him? I don't know. Oh, look, there's Kristen. Kristen's been lurking in the chat. I invited her up. She didn't want to come up. She comes out to say Call of Duty. That's crazy. I
Kristen,
thought we had something. I thought we had
Okay.
something going.
Kristen don't love
Uh,
us no more.
Kristen has been
Oh,
babysitting
that's
my
right.
ghost cat for
I'm
the last couple
sorry.
days.
Listen, I forget. Y'all have to yeah, I forget what day it is, especially lately. I've really been forgetting what day it is. Like a second ago, I was like, today's Saturday, right? Because I normally like have to work on Saturdays or I'm with the cleaning lady. This is the first time that I haven't had to do something. So I was like, is it Saturday or is it Sunday? Or is it a weekday? I was like, um, so my bad. I forgot that's why. Um, I just missed your presence. Mr. Leo's playing Black Ops 3. Maybe there was one day he was very jazzed because I guess his friend got a headset or whatever, and I heard them giggling over there. But yeah, if it's Call of Duty, it's probably not me, unless I like y'all will know if I play Call of Duty because I'll put it in the gaming channel. I'll be like, I'm gonna play Call of Duty for the first time ever. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Mhm. You're fine, Pika. You are totally fine. Isn't this the same person that was with Kiara?
So,
What?
Hi.
can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, does it make me a white supremacist just because I don't like black people?
Yep. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think that just makes me reasonable.
You said because
Yeah.
you don't like who?
Blacks?
Oh, so you don't like me?
No.
What have I ever done to you?
I mean, you probably should have married somebody that stuck around with your kids so that the streets wouldn't be overrun with young black kids messing everything up. Yeah, it's funny, huh? You have any kids? Are
That's
they
so
are they
weird.
married? Do they have
It's so
husbands?
weird to tell Ren that. That's crazy because
It's always funny when they say that to me.
I mean, what's the single motherhood rate like in your family? Let me hear it.
Hey, Birdman.
I'm the one with the divorced parents.
Yeah, I can tell. The blue hair gave it away.
Hey,
I'm white
Birdman.
though.
Yeah, I know,
Guess
but you're
what?
unhappy. So go ahead. I'm sure you fit
Six
in well with the black culture.
in about 6
Oh, and the
months.
fat redhead also has some ideas. Okay, yeah, fat redhead trying to be funny. Not funny at all.
Hey,
Do a
hey,
push up.
hey.
While the camera's on, do a push up.
Hey,
You'd be
Birdman,
Oh,
good.
this
Birdman.
is the dual push-up guy. Oh,
Hey, Birdman. Birdman. Darling, love, sweetheart. Um, I will have been married 20 years in September. 20 years. I have been married almost as long, been married longer than I was not married.
Okay. So what about your kids? How are they doing?
She's doing pretty well. She's 19,
Yep.
smart, in school. So what else?
Yeah. What I mean, what's the single motherhood rate like in your community? Or do you live around white people? Did you get money to move to a white community?
Actually, I live in a neighborhood that's diverse. And you know the only single mother I
Okay, so
know
there
in
are
my
white people
neighborhood?
there.
Hold on. You want to know the single mother in my neighborhood? The white woman
Give
next
me an
door.
anecdote. Give me an anecdote. I
No,
know
the
black
white
people
woman
can't do
next
math.
door is the single mother.
Is your
Hmm.
argument that black people don't have extremely high single motherhood rates? Is that your argument?
I would like you to source that they have rates that are outside of the norm.
Okay. Do you really need me to show you that? Is that a real thing?
Yep.
Yes.
I would like a source on that. Yeah.
And then I also want you to also take and find me a source that black fathers are less involved than their white counterparts.
Sure.
Thanks.
It's kind of crazy you don't know that though. Maybe this is why the USA hates women.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Hey,
Could be answering a lot of questions here. But
That's literally not even what the background says. Dummy.
USA doesn't like women. Sorry. Maybe that's why they don't like women. Okay, let's see here. This is from the Skeptic Stack Exchange. No, hold on.
mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the actual source of it. This is just where it's posted. I see the graph here. There's plenty of graphs. I'm just trying to get to the actual original one. Pew Research. Of course, they try to leave race out of it as much as possible because they don't want to just. Here we go. Reason without restraint. Here's a good one.
Ren, you know what it is.
All right. Yeah, let's see here. The black single motherhood rate is 75%.
Bye, bitch.
I love that because sometimes they catch on when I say we don't have gas. So I didn't want them to even sense it. Drea said, this effort gets off on this, not today. You are probably right, unfortunately.
W. Drea.
Total weirdo.
The reality is 75% of black women are single mothers. So no. No. He couldn't have substantiated that. And he was just about to go down a more racist rabbit hole because he gets off on it.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's still wild that people will be like, yeah, single mothers, and not go, men. Like, men. The fuck?
Yeah, who's leaving?
I know that he was just on a racist tangent, and he was doing his absolute best to be deplorable at the very.
Mike, we still have,
But,
I can't reset it because we still have a bunch of the Rosa things needed.
You know what I find so interesting about it though? He thought I was going to get upset. Like they really be wanting me upset. Like, sir, how you feel about me ain't none of my business. I asked the question like, what have I done to you? I really didn't care. I'm sorry your daddy left you because your mommy was a bitch. I'll pray for you.
We also are in a subwave, y'all. We need 2 more subs to hit this thing of the subwave, and we have, I think, 3 minutes to do it. And we are also 8K likes away from reopening the chat.
Exactly, Mutong. It was all projection. Like those were all his problems.
Imagine, like, I don't know, man. Imagine just living your day-to-day life like that. Like, just everything. Just you're scared of everything. You're upset by everything.
I
So
I find it weird that men feel like women's worth should be directly tied to their marital status.
Look, Parker's.
Limited edition, y'all. Help yourselves. It's so pretty.
We have 18 left. I'm keeping one.
Send like 5 to Drea. They make her so happy.
I do want to point out, obviously, these are screenshots of Albina, so like, you know,
Neutral noodle too.
Quality's not going to be as good, but it is an Albina double-sided coffee cup with 4 different facial expressions, all equally terrifying.
When I saw you reaching for a mug, I thought it was going to be the Mao one, and I was so excited for a minute.
We have a Mao mug, yes, we do.
I know, I love the Mao mug. Yeah, y'all get you a Mao mug.
This one's on the Etsy shop. The Albina one is not. The Albina one is the people that normally print the mugs can't print them because they said it's copyright, even though it's like my face, even though it's a filter, it's also my face, my hair, my facial expressions, but whatever. So I did a limited 20 mug run with a different company. I'm keeping one. DG already reserved one, so those are separate. Yes, Albina coffee mug guaranteed to wake you up.
Yes, I'm going to clarify.
But the Mao one
it to
is
Drea
in
with 3 A's.
Etsy.
She's the one who adores Albina so much.
Now, what if that was really your face and they saying they can't print your own pictures? What if that was your face?
I mean, it's a filter. It's literally technically my face. Does that mean that if I have some other like kind of filter on that?
I was like, we could do.
If I did a gingerbread screenshot that I can't like put that prints out that, you know? Actually, the gingerbread one, I would say that's even less of your face because it's really not. It's like,
yeah,
there's no sense of there, but I don't know.
Hello, Havoc.
Hi, how are you?
What would you like to discuss?
I'm just trying to digest, honestly. There's a lot there. I don't understand the second one, and I really don't get why the U.S. doesn't like women. So, it seemed interesting to me, so I thought I would pop in.
All right, y'all. You heard it. Kiara is reserving one, so now there's only 17 left. I know Parker's wants 3.
Ugh. They do. It would be terrible too, because I don't like wasting anything or throwing away mugs. So I would keep them.
You want to know what's funny? Parker's will pay you not to send her the mug.
That I will do that. How much?
Pay you not to send the mug.
But what if you buy the mug for Drea? Because
yeah, I was like, I will pay you to send.
Drea doesn't usually have the funds.
3 A's.
Shit, I'll take a mug if y'all are offering. Sign
you
me
don't
up.
even know what this mug looks like.
You don't.
I have no idea, but I'm all for free shit. I'd definitely take that and rock it with all my heart. No questions asked.
Wait until you have the live version of that, reading to you, let's call it poetry, nonstop, and then see if you feel the same way.
So anyway,
the live version reading poetry, that sounds even better. I love poetry. Like, how much is this mug? Get me 12. Like, I'm in. I'm in. I don't even know what we're doing right now, but I'm in.
Okay, so you said though, back to the topic at hand. Why do you think the USA does like women?
Um, well, I mean, honestly, good question.
Well,
I don't think the U.S. is either pro or anti-woman, honestly. I think there's a lot of bad things out there, but I don't think in general it's against women.
why not?
I mean, and I can't quote facts, and I'm not going to pretend to be a scholar, but I'm pretty sure compared to the rest of the world, this is
Okay, hold
probably
on.
a pretty good place for
Hold on.
women to live.
Hold on,
Oh,
have it.
yeah.
Hold on. See, here's the problem. You're starting off with an incorrect premise. You are comparing the way women are treated in this country to women in other countries. We are comparing how women are treated in this country to how men are treated in this country.
Okay, yeah, that does change the topic. Oof, that's a tough one, honestly. If I'm objective about it, depending on the slant, I could honestly argue either way.
How?
Well, there's a pay gap. Everybody knows that.
You'd be amazed at how many men do not know that.
Many men argue against that.
That's a good starting point. I'm shook to shit.
I mean, I would say the fact that he appreciates Albina, that's a good starting point. But y'all will disagree with me.
Anyway.
Albina, is that the mug? I don't know what Albina is.
That's Albina. The mug has Albina on it.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but that looked fun, and I would definitely rock that.
I don't know who that is. Okay, how would you argue how? Just how?
Oh, so yeah, I mean, I know that there's definitely a wage gap. There's definitely differences. Some of them I think are trend based in that you can't set a law. Some of them are biased. It's difficult to really fix some things at some point, but then I could argue for men too and say, well, child support and a lot of other things that men have to go through.
Hey, have it.
That's
Are men the only people that can get child support?
Oh, no, absolutely. Women do pay child support.
Okay, then. So that wouldn't qualify, right? Can men get custody of their children?
Yes, they can.
Okay, so that wouldn't qualify. So,
but in general, both are kind of skewed. So
no,
it kind of depends on what angle you want to take.
No. Men, when they actually fight for their children, it has been proven that they actually are more likely to get custody of their children, or at least 50-50, when they actually fight for their children. Most custody cases are decided in mediation. They do not go before the judge, and men will accept every other weekend. They will accept spring break daddy.
Are there statistics on that, just out of curiosity? Because that's kind of fascinating to me. I'd like to look at that.
Sure, I'll pull it up for you.
Yeah,
Parker,
definitely.
Do you have it already? Because Parker, you might already have it.
I can probably pull it up. I had my tapper going, so that way we could get out of chat jail.
But like, I need you to. I do understand your position on that, and there was a time where I probably could have saw the view of custody cases being skewed toward the mother. However, that wasn't the women's doing, that was the men in power's doing.
Yes, correct, because the men in power believed that the mother was the better choice, and to be honest, that's most of the time the case.
Nah, I can't agree with that statement.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did you hear the good news? Parker's is gonna get you a mug.
Where's my mug? I want a mug. Love me too. I'm just
Depends on
joking.
how this conversation goes.
I'm being obnoxious. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Like men chose to is it that men thought women were the better parent, or is it because men thought that's where women should be?
Um, Good question. I honestly couldn't tell you. If I was answering, I would assume that it's because children need their mothers, but we don't live in a great world, so.
But why do you think that, right? Why have you been socialized to believe that children need their mothers as if they don't need their fathers?
Oh, they definitely need their fathers.
Or
I've got
or
kids.
that they can't exist without either one. They can.
Oh, absolutely they can. And they'll be just fine. Kids are tough. I think in a perfect world they always have both, but um I've got kids and mine need me for things and they
Mm.
need their mother for things. And at different times they reach out to different ones of us. I think in general they're much closer to their mother and I think she does a better job if I'm being completely honest.
But I'm gonna tell you, that's indicative of your um and I do not mean this insultingly when I say it, okay? It's indicative of your socialization, right? And the way that you interact and exist in the realm of being a parent, right?
I mean,
And I say that because I also have a child, right? And when I tell you my child, granted, she does go to me and her dad for different things, but that's because me and him are different people, right? It has nothing to do with him being her father and me being her mother. It just has to do with our temperaments and who we are as humans.
yeah. I mean that yeah, of course. That's everyone.
So the reality of the situation is your wife, I don't know if it's your wife.
Yeah, yeah, it's my wife.
Okay. Your wife is not somehow magically because she was born with ovaries and other parts typically traditionally applied to biological females. Um, and I hate to use that term, but I'm trying to be inclusive. Yeah. No, I thought you was raising your hand, Parkers. It
No,
had
I was just like, yeah.
yeah, trying to be inclusive. Just because she was born that way does not inherently make her more nurturing. It does not inherently make her more capable of raising children. None of those things.
Oh, I agree with you completely.
And I'm gonna
Like,
be honest, we've learned that little boys. Think about this. Now, this is just kind of an anecdotal thought process. Okay, do you have a son?
I do actually, yes.
Okay, so when your son was little, I don't know how old he is now. He may still be little.
He's not little at all. So,
Okay. So when he was little, if he wanted to play with a doll or if he wanted to play with what was traditionally thought of as girls' toys, how did people react? Not maybe not you, but other people. How did they react?
um, I never encountered it. I would assume that they just let a little boy play. I know some people wouldn't.
A lot of people don't.
I would guess the majority would just say a kid's being a kid, or at least I
No,
would hope that.
no, sir. No, sir. A lot of people will literally, you don't need to be playing with that play kitchen. You don't need to be playing with that play vacuum. You don't need to be playing with that doll. And here's the thing, you teach these little boys that you get mad at them for wanting to play with dolls and other things like that. And then when they have children, you expect them to be able to nurture. Do that make a lot of sense to you?
That makes perfect sense. I see exactly what you're saying. Shoot, if my kid wanted to play with a play vacuum, I'd be like, boy, here's a real vacuum. Get your ass to cleaning. I gotta love that. Sign me up.
Let
But
me
no, I do
interrupt for
see what
one
you're
quick
saying, and I
second.
see where.
Coley, thank you so much. I got the package. I opened it up. Coley sent 2 boxes of gloves and a case of kitten food for the babies. So
Yay.
thank you so much.
So I feel what you're saying, but women are not, they are socioeconomically impacted. Like, for example, you said you have a wife. So your wife had to give birth to your kids,
Yep.
right?
Yes, she did.
So she had to go, she couldn't work. Was she a stay-at-home parent?
She was for a very long time, yes.
Okay. And then once she's no longer decides to stay home, how did that affect her career?
Honestly, she kind of did her own thing. She wanted to do real estate, so I said go for it. She got a real estate license. She did that for a while. She wanted to sell cars. She sold cars for a while. She wanted to be a teacher. Said go for it. She was a teacher for a bit. She kind of gets to do her passion, I guess. I'm kind of happy about that. So she's done a lot of things. She just gets to do what she wants, honestly.
So realistically speaking, though, it sounds as if, because you said you have a son, you have daughters too?
I have one son and one daughter.
Okay. Do you believe that in society your daughter and your son are treated the same?
Oh, damn. I gotta give you kudos on that. That's a great question. I think in different ways they each have an advantage, and I've done my best to teach them their advantage, and I've done my best to tell them where they need to be careful. And it is definitely different for the two of them. So I would agree that that's probably not fair, but it is different.
Okay. What advantages does your daughter have over your son?
Well, how to word this? I've been on a few of these, and I have to be careful about my words because sometimes people misunderstand me and then they rip me apart for it. So forgive me for taking a pause.
No, that's fine.
I guess I've never thought of it that way, to be honest with you. I look at them as strengths and weaknesses, and I advise them on this is where you're strong, this is where you're weak. I've not really thought about it in this way before.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with their gender or sex. You're basically saying they, as individuals, have strengths and weaknesses, right?
Yeah, and I try to play to those.
That same theory would exist whether you had two boys or two girls as children, right?
Yeah, that's true. I would talk to them
Okay.
each individually and do my best individually.
So what advantages does your son have over your daughter?
The advantages of my son. He's probably got, if I'm being honest here,
Yes,
he's
please.
probably got more opportunities for work because he's a male, because he's strong and capable physically. He doesn't have to fear
No, he's
a lot of
perceived as
things.
strong and capable, more capable. It's not that he actually is, just inherently, it's that he is perceived that way because he is male.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so I mean, I okay, I get what you're saying. If they both applied to a job, he would have an advantage.
Regardless
see
of
that.
her abilities. Now, is it
But
possible that he will also make more money than her, even if they do the same job?
that's possible, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
we've all seen the statistics. We know that's a thing.
All right.
Like,
Does she have to be more concerned about going out in the middle of the night and intimate partner violence and things like that?
yes. With him, I taught him to be kind to people and to be careful. With her, I taught her to protect herself. So there's definitely a difference.
Okay.
Because he would be a very difficult person to hurt.
Now, hold on. I'm gonna keep going, right? So
Yeah, I'm loving it. We're having a great conversation. Like,
let's say your son gets a woman pregnant.
Yeah.
The way you coughed was like, not
oh
now.
no, sorry, I've got allergies right now. That was not to you at
No,
all
no.
whatsoever.
I don't think it was to me. I thought you were saying like, oh God, he don't need to ever have kids.
No, the pollen here is super bad. I'm sorry. I tried to hide that. My bad.
Okay, but let's say your son got a woman pregnant, and they were in the state of Texas.
Okay.
And as you know, there's essentially a ban on abortion in Texas, right?
Right.
So let's say she didn't want the child, but it doesn't matter. Does your son then have the ability, though? And I'm not saying that he would do this. I don't know your son. But could your son walk away and leave her with the consequences of that pregnancy?
Legally, he could with child support. If he did it in reality, someone's getting an ass whooping.
I respect that.
Yes.
That's why I said I respect your thought process there. And as
Yes,
a parent,
legally
I would absolutely shove my foot as far down their throat as I could. However, he could legally. We only talking about legally. We're not talking about family expectations, right?
Legally, he could ghost, and at best, she could get child support that would probably barely cover anything. Yes, that's definitely a thing.
If your daughter got pregnant, what happens in Texas?
I mean, it would be the same scenario. I'm putting my foot in someone's ass, as you said so perfectly.
I feel you. But legally, she has to carry this child. She has to take all the consequences of that. She has to allow her oxygen and iron to be depleted. She has to allow her heart to have to beat so much more blood to power this child. She has to feet swollen, gestational diabetes, autoimmune diseases, and that's even before she has to go through hours and hours of labor. And he can potentially walk away and give her $5 and a jawbreaker. Right? So, in society, wouldn't it be more conducive to our society if we were more mindful of the needs of women?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's why we say the USA doesn't like women, because if they did, then they would understand all the things I just said.
Oh, yeah, I guess I kind of have to agree with you. I probably have a different stance on it, but if I look at all the money that is spent on pro-life, pro-abortion, pro-choice, or whatever you want to word it, those campaigns, I'm like, why don't we just have guaranteed birth control for every human being living here, and we would save a shit ton of money, and this whole conversation will be gone?
Well, birth control is not 100% effective.
No, it's not.
Because I got a friend that has like 6 kids, and she loves all her kids, but we got two pill babies, a shot baby, and a patch baby.
Well, apparently the universe just decided she was a good mom, I suppose.
She is the best mother. Like, she is so good, and she loved all them little people. Me, I tell her all the time, she a better woman than I will ever be. Because I don't even think I like 6 kids at one time ever. But
I couldn't deal with it either. Two was plenty.
I think we should do mandatory vasectomies, because
that's messed up. That's so invasive.
But how is that any more invasive than taking pills? Do you understand what birth control pills do to women? See,
I'll
there
be
you
honest,
go.
I don't. I'm not
Okay.
gonna pretend to.
I
I
was
won't
like, do
lie.
you know what the arm insertions are? What an IUD is? Like,
I do know what these things are. I
you know the
do know.
procedure for them?
I've seen studies where even the pill that's non-invasive and no surgery does affect
Let me
people's biology and hormones, and it
have it. Let me give
is
you
a
some
thing.
information, okay, about an IUD. So they take this little thing and then they shove these cone things into your cervix. It gets really uncomfortable. Let's just put it gets really uncomfortable. Let's just put it that way.
I mean, you gonna put the blow dryer on, so I can't hear it.
You are offered something more than ibuprofen for the process because you have to be awake during it. And they were like, no, you can be knocked out. I went, what?
Yeah, I feel like we could do better.
I agree, but because the USA does not like women, they don't choose to do anything better. They don't choose to make it a more equitable and inclusive process for everybody. They just say, hey, we're going to shove this IUD up there in your cervix with no anesthetic and hope that you don't pass out from the pain of something being jammed.
And then you potentially bleed for the next 20 days nonstop.
That's super fucked up. Why would anyone even sign up for that? Why would anyone offer that? Why
Because
is
they
that
don't
a thing?
want babies.
Because it keeps
babies
me
are 20
safer.
Like babies are 18 years at least of just stress and strife and money. And I'm saying that because I'm having trouble with 19-year-olds today.
Oh, you
I'm
got
having
my
parenting
whole heart
issues.
with that one. I get you.
So I'm just children are a lot.
They are.
20 days of bleeding is a relatively well trade off. So it is, but a vasectomy is literally just a clip and a snip.
Yeah, but you're like that. That's like a permanent procedure.
No. It's reversible.
It's reversible.
I guarantee
It
there's
is.
sometimes it's not reversible.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I mean,
It is.
like there's got to be cases where they're like, "Whoops, can't reverse it. Good luck, dude." Like, there's a risk.
There are cases where it doesn't take, where because it's a 30-minute procedure and then you just walk the fuck out and you take like 2 days of rest and then you're fine. And then sometimes it still doesn't take. But it's very, I don't think unless there's been severe malpractice.
It wouldn't really honestly matter whether it's reversible or not, because they can always extract the sperm and you could still have biological children if that's what's important to you.
Oh, I mean, the process is pretty important. I just like
the process can still happen and you just turkey base it out at
permanently.
the end. Like,
I mean, you can still do the actions that create the circumstance, and just you have to go a little bit more scientific with the end result.
The process.
Yeah. The way he said process, I understand what he's saying. He chose
Like,
his word
I
very
mean,
carefully there.
ocean in the ocean.
Yeah.
For the argument, you are 100% right with that. But like, there's a level to it, a heart to it, I suppose. Like,
Well, that's okay. You must be a romantic at heart. Or
I know when my kids were conceived because I know. Like, I can't explain it. I just know, and that's special to me. Like, I wouldn't want to lose that.
But that's
And,
you.
and yeah, I'm a romantic, like, die hard.
I can tell because there's no way you do, and it's okay. It's all right. So, hey, if I understand, I know that my. So, hey, if I understand, it exists because of. However, it still does not alleviate the fact that the USA, in and of itself, does not like women. That doesn't mean That doesn't mean you as
No,
happy
I
as a
get that. Yeah, we're
person.
not arguing about me. We're arguing about society. Um, I think society's equally rough on men and women. That's my honest opinion.
How are they rough on men? Let's go. We can go there. How are they rough on men?
All right. Can I get like a 20-second pause because I need to crack a beer if I'm being completely honest? Is that cool?
Go ahead.
Don't they say you're
But
not supposed to
I gotta
mix?
run to the kitchen real quick, so
Okay.
I don't want to be
He's
rude.
gonna have a good time.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, cool.
I need y'all to know that my hetero life mate that I was talking about this morning is lurking in the live, and instead of writing literally anything in the chat, she's just texting me all the things she wants to say about what's happening.
Wait, who?
My hetero life mate, like my bestie from undergrad.
She's watching?
There she is. She's yelling
Oh
at
my
me now.
gosh. Oh, thank you, Irene, for the heart me. Everyone, I saw the heart me sent. Make sure that after you send the heart me, you hit up top and you hit claim next to the heart me because you don't get the full points unless you go back and hit claim. Super annoying, but that's how you make sure you get the team points.
Does your life mate's name start with an M?
She outed herself
That's
in the
her.
chat.
Yeah. I was like,
Irene, I just saw your
screamed at
comment.
me.
You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Oh. So now we really have to y'all, now we really have to speed things up because Irene is waiting to do her live until we're done here. So can we please finish out the goals so we can wrap this up and Irene and Tia can go live and we can just raid them. And we'll end early today. We just gotta wrap up the goals and he has to finish his beer.
I do have to do that. I don't know what you're talking about. Who are these people? Are they cool? I'll join their live too. I'll support them.
They are the coolest.
Like I'm for this. We're all friends now.
Oh,
do you see I'm Irene
we're
in
all
the
friends.
chat?
Why don't you
Just
send me
give her a follow.
$95?
Yeah, I'm not sending anybody money. Somebody just hacked my shit the other day and they took like $5,000.
Wait, you wanted a free mug?
Damn.
Yeah, I did want a free mug.
Wait, he did just say somebody just took $5,000 from him though, yo.
No,
It wasn't
I
me
genuinely
though.
He
did
said it
get
wasn't.
idea. So I'm up against it, guys. Like I'm adorable. If you give me a free mug, I'll take it. If not, I respect that. I
I
don't
got
deserve
paid.
it.
What do you mean? There is no free mug in this, y'all. Like, I paid for the mugs.
Oh, I invented that all by myself. My
yeah.
bad. That's male privilege right there coming out, I guess.
You're kind of funny.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to like him.
I know.
His men ain't shit.
I'm trying really hard.
No pet ops. God damn it.
Just try hard to like me. Don't try hard to dislike me. It's really easy to dislike me. Like, I promise it's super easy.
So now,
okay. Yeah, I want to get back to what you were saying. My bad.
You said that men have a hard time of things in this country. In what way?
Okay. In their own way, I don't think it's as bad as women. And I'm not gonna do the whole, because I hate it. The whole Andrew Tate bullshit. Because fuck that guy. Like he's don't get me started. Men from an early age do go through their own thing. I know women probably go through more. I completely acknowledge that. I know as a little boy how many times I heard how men are dogs and men are pigs and all the bad things about us. And I know how that affected me. And I know it made me probably more careful with the world than I should have been. It made me hold back. So, yes, if we had to say who's got it worse, I'd say women. But men do have their own battles too. So I have to defend men because I am one.
Okay, but here's the problem with what you're saying, right? Having battles, everybody has battles. If you're a human, you have battles.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just the nature of life. But we're talking about a society as a whole, right? You are comparing somebody saying men ain't shit and all men are dogs. You are comparing that with.
I'm not laughing at you guys. I'm laughing at what's Kiara's texting me, her unhinged text messages when she's literally here watching.
You are comparing those to the equivalent of the fact that most women will be assaulted in some shape, form, or fashion in their lifetime. You are equating somebody saying mean words to the fact that young girls are treated differently even in school settings.
No, not at all. No. Some of the stats I don't know how to
Pika, unless you
comprehend.
send it to multiple people, I'm pretty sure I just got it from you.
Pika was freaking
50.
out in the chat.
I think we need
I've
much
done that
harsher
before.
punishments on people that offend other people in that way.
Big W to Pika. Pika sent 50. He sent 50 to get off our daily goal. He said something or another about like, since this guy's a brokey, I'll send 50. Take care of a good chunk of the
Someone's
goal.
buying me a mug? That's all I'm
No.
hearing.
No.
Damn it. I was super excited for a minute.
If you had 5,000 to be stolen, you could buy a mug.
Yeah, but I'm cheap. That's why I had 5,000 to be stolen.
Have you seen the quality of this?
I don't even spend money on myself. So.
W Pika in the chat. Look at this. Look at the quality of this. It's double-sided.
That's the best mug I've ever seen. Everybody should buy it. That's the coolest mug I've ever seen in my life.
And it's a limited edition.
I thought we should train this one to do mod announcements. He seems capable.
I don't know if I can be trained. I'm pretty unruly. I'll get in trouble.
You'd be surprised.
I get in trouble a lot. I need a lot of treats. That's all I'm saying. Like mugs. Maybe for like 5 mug treats, I could be trained very well.
No.
Damn it. 1 mug.
No.
I'm not keeping him, y'all. I'm just saying he could be useful. Calm down.
Had to
Chad
try.
is mad at me.
That's
2
all right.
things.
Everyone's always mad at me, so you're in good
3 things. In case you missed it, and I'll post it one more time. This is the link to the Massachusetts study from much earlier. You just have to actually do the dot instead of writing the words dot, because otherwise it doesn't come through. And that is a Massachusetts study that examined 2,100 fathers who asked for custody and pushed to win it. And of those 2,100, 92% of them received full or joint custody, while mothers receiving full custody only received 7% of the time if they were fighting.
Wow.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to share with you was that, did you know that there was a male birth control pill, but it was sidelined and not released to the public because the side effects during the clinical trials included, but were not limited to, lowering testosterone, creating acne, weight gain, mood changes, and even a decrease in libido.
Isn't that what birth control does to women, though?
Yes.
Like, isn't that the exact same?
It was too mean for men.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And you think all women should be on it?
I think it should be available for anyone that wants it for free, and that should be no question.
No, I don't
think they should have to take it. I think they should do whatever they want, but
thank you so much, Greg, for the 15. I saw the message. Don't worry. I understand. I totally understand. Trump is fucking us all.
So yeah, if there was a birth control pill for men, like that's fucked up.
Who did you vote for?
I honestly didn't vote. That's not me dodging the question. If I had voted, I would have voted.
What state you live in?
No. I want to hear the end of that last sentence.
Oh, he said he voted for Trump. That's what he
I
said.
That's what I
would
thought.
have. I did not vote. I wasn't passionate either way. I did not vote. I wasn't passionate either way, but
State.
that's where my vote would have gone.
What
Mm.
state?
I won't lie to you guys.
What state?
Missouri. It's a red state, so my
Oh
vote
yeah, that's
essentially
super
did
red.
not count.
Like it's super duper red, like Barney red.
Yeah, so I went from Virginia, super blue state, to Missouri, super red state. So I
Why would
just
you do that to your kids?
do what to my kids?
Move them from a blue state to a red state.
To be closer to family.
Are your family racist too?
Ew.
Ouch, ouch. Like,
Um,
like if you didn't smile right there, I would have thought you were serious. No, my family's not racist. My son stayed in
Serious.
Virginia. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a black daughter-in-law, and it's awesome.
oh,
Like, there's no any of that in my family.
Oh my god.
We just
Wait a
happened
minute,
to
wait a
live
minute,
here.
wait a minute. Stop. Pump the brakes. Hold on. I can't let this pass, y'all. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I know.
Why do you say you're gonna have a black daughter-in-law? Does your son only date black women?
No, he's dated all. Just the girl he happens to be in love with right now happens to be of a different color. But the boy is gone. Like I'm trying to get him out here because I miss him, and he's just desperately in love. And I'm happy for him. Like that's the same thing I did. You meet a girl that lights you up, and you just damn the whole world and what they say.
Okay,
So
chat,
I'm
you
proud.
were right. We can't house train. He's a field white. It's fine. I understand.
Yeah, I said he was amusing. I didn't say we should keep him. I said he was amusing.
I said
I'm
mod
about to get
announcements.
canceled. I don't know why. I've been good. I'm a good noodle.
No,
That's
you
what
are
I'm
you
gonna
are
say.
you are
Mhm.
you are amusing, but amusing don't pay my bills. So there's that.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I will turn amusing into money, and then I'll be amusing and pay bills. Then I'll be a rock star. How about that?
So realistically, though, so you do understand how the USA doesn't like women.
I mean, based on our conversation, I would have to agree with you more than I would disagree with you. Yes. Like I really, there's really not a lot of ways to disagree with you. Like you're right on most things.
and
I think
I think we confirmed too that you don't like women either.
I love women. Like women are my favorite.
No,
Ew,
you
ew,
might like to
ew.
sleep
I
with
don't know
them.
how we
You might
confirm
like to
that.
look at
That's
them,
super
but
mean.
you don't like women
How so?
because you said you would have voted for Trump. And you chose to move your family in which you have a wife and daughters. You chose to move them to a state where they would have less rights.
Well,
I chose to move them where they wanted to go.
did you
I
move
voted
them
for Trump
before
because
or
of
after the
economic-
election?
That would have been before the election.
Okay, then yeah, you're a piece of shit. Or after the election, when
Wow.
Missouri had voted in to codify it into their state constitution, I would have given you that, but no.
Wow. All that voting had nothing to do with me. I didn't move for political reasons.
Wait, who'd you vote for in 2020?
I again did not vote in 2020.
2016?
The last president I voted for was when I was 18, and I voted for Bush. And then I realized my vote didn't matter, so I just don't vote. I've never
Bush
been
won.
in. So,
Did your son vote for Trump?
honestly, I'm not sure.
I doubt it.
I think he's kind of pro-Trump. I think his girl's kind of pro the other side.
Yeah, because she's part of the 92%. So she absolutely probably does not get down with Trump.
And of course he
Yeah,
would be
no.
pro-Trump because he grew up with you.
Wait, Bush won. And then you've realized your vote doesn't count, quote unquote?
Facts.
He didn't win by one vote.
What makes you think
Like
that your vote
I
couldn't
know
count
you
when
guys
you're
want to
you
be mad at me so much right
he
now,
won?
and tear loose. It's cool. I know I'm the enemy. You would call me MAGA. I'm not MAGA.
Nobody
I
said that.
agree with
I just said that you don't like women because you would have voted for a rapist. What do you mean? That's
Yeah.
When you
even
say
though
I
your
mean, I
vote
can
didn't
go get my
count.
daughter right now and have her
you
chime
George,
in if
you
you would
George
like.
W, you
I,
George, you
I'm
voted for
You want
George W.
Mm,
I don't care who the president is.
that's what he said.
I just want my world, me taking care of me and my girls to be better.
Okay, but they're not.
That's what I vote
They're
on.
not
That's
in
what I
Missouri,
vote
and they're
about.
not here right now, especially with this president in office. And you said you would have voted for him because of why?
Because I
Because it
agree
wasn't to
with
protect them.
economic policies. Because I've been desperately affected by the price of groceries, the housing prices, all these things.
You mean the prices
I
that are
agree with
still
him
going up?
on
He caused
his
all those
economic
problems.
policies. I don't agree
No,
with.
he
I
caused.
don't think he's a good man. I don't think he's a decent man. I wouldn't let him watch my
Shushies.
grandkids.
Listen, Havoc.
yeah,
Havoc,
but
Havoc.
again, you're basically saying that your wallet is more important than like your daughters because you would have voted in a rapist. That's
Yes.
crazy. That's
And
unhinged.
No,
like that is the bottom line of what your priorities are, and you're missing how he deregulated the housing market. He deregulated the groceries. He fucked all of this up years ago. We've been dealing with the impact, and then you were like, "Hey, maybe he'll come back and fix it." And in fact, he's not.
yeah, that's cool. But it's not my wallet over my daughter. I'm
You just
responsible for her. No one else is. No one. It's mine. It's mine to
You
carry.
you can't protect her from harm. Yeah, right.
Can't protect her from what?
You physically cannot protect her from the harms that a Trump presidency is causing.
And she's not yours. She's not your property.
She's me and my wife's. Like, no, she's her own
She's
person. I
not. She
assure
is not
you.
you and your wife's property. She is her own person. She is going to go out into the world, and you should be voting and making choices and seeing the world in a way that you make the world overall a better place for her to exist in outside of your purview.
I understand what you're all saying. I do. She's not my property. And if you asked her, I assure you, she is her own person and there's no bigger fan in her life than me. The responsibility I take is to defend her. I don't expect the next president to keep her safe. I expect to keep her safe. Is that fair?
No.
Not
Did you expect to keep
again,
her
I'm not
safe
saying
by
Trump's a
voting
good
in a
man.
rapist? You expected to keep her safe by showing her that you would have sided with a man who could have assaulted her, publicly defamed her, and still been elected to office?
I mean, that's what we deal with. I mean, Clinton had his Lewinsky thing. Biden had the diaries where he was showering with his daughter. Trump had his ex-porn star. Like, they're all messed up.
No.
Like, all of them are bad.
All of those are
we
not
just
equivalent.
agree that they're all bad?
I can very easily put this really simply. Clinton, while there was a power dynamic and it was morally repugnant, it was not illegal. It was morally repugnant. I'm not going to sit here and act as if that power dynamic and the way that she was coerced was not okay. But it was morally repugnant. It was
Not to mention that the people he mentioned none of them was running against Trump.
No, I know. But then the Biden thing was proven to be false. So realistically, there's only, and you want to know what I find so interesting?
Was it proven false? I haven't followed up with that enough.
Yes. And then here's my problem with everything you just said, though, too.
Okay.
You named Clinton, you named Biden, you named Trump. Interestingly enough, you did not say anything about Bush Jr., and you did not say anything about Barack Obama. Do you think
I am not aware that either one of them had...
Hold on.
issues
Oh,
like
I'm not
that.
saying they did. I'm absolutely not saying that either one of them had issues like that. But I'm about to make a point to you about Barack Obama that I find utterly interesting. If Barack Obama had policies like Trump, but had a background like Trump, do you think he would have been elected?
Huh. I'm not sure, honestly. I know what
Have
you're
it.
You're
asking,
not
and I
sure
don't know.
that if
I'm not
Obama
sure.
had 34 felonies, he still would have been elected? You're not sure?
If he had been accused and found civilly liable for SAing a woman and had to pay a defamation court thing, if he got found guilty of defrauding charities, including a children's cancer charity, you mean to tell me you got to think about if Barack Obama, black ass Barack Obama, would be elected? Come on,
I
Harry.
don't know. Obama was likable, though. Like, he's a likable dude. It's hard not to like
They
him.
wanted to impeach him and get rid of him for wearing a tan suit.
Really?
Yes.
Is that you're not fucking with me? Like, that actually was a thing.
People were fucking pissed because he wore a tan suit.
They wanted to impeach him for a tan suit.
Honestly, they wanted to impeach him for breathing. So that doesn't really mean much.
Right, but I mean, you're actually being honest with me right now, because that's insane. I mean, I don't agree with everything Obama did.
I mean, I don't agree with everything any politician does. I don't give a damn from local on up.
Right, but I mean, if I'm being honest, I think Obama is objectively probably a good man. I think Biden was probably a good man, and I think at the end he wasn't there, but I think he had a good heart.
How do you know
I
he
don't think
wasn't
Trump
there?
has a good heart. I just think he's going to be good for the economy. I don't think he's a good man at all.
Okay, it's been
I
3
don't
months
care.
and the economy looks like shit on a shit cracker.
I mean, I do agree with what he's doing though.
How?
With the tariffs, for example.
No, how? Do you understand how he what you're saying is illogical. Because there's no objective good. Because you're saying, oh, they're going to bring back jobs. We do not have the infrastructure or the raw materials to manufacture everything in this country. So even if you bring the jobs back, right? Let's say, let's go, I'm going to do some rudimentary numbers, right? Not exact numbers, but just to understand the scale of what you're saying.
Just so you know, we're friends now, by the way.
Okay.
But let me have it. I love it. We're friends though.
Let's do some rudimentary numbers. So let's say it costs $1,000 to make a manufacturing facility, right?
Right.
And the product that I'm going to make in the facility, I need 5 people to run the facility. Now over in wherever country A, we only have to pay the people $5 an hour. But here in the US, we got to pay them $20 an hour, right? To make this product. And I still have to import the cotton, the dye, and all the things to make the product, right? How much more money is that item going to cost at that point?
It's going to cost the amount of labor.
No, it's going to cost the amount of labor plus the tariffs, because keep in mind, with the tariffs, the raw material is still going to be tariffed.
Yes. And things might cost a little.
Yeah.
And I understand.
No, not a little more, a lot more.
I've done. Stomach.
Is he cutting out for you guys? Or is that just me? Okay.
It's like
His signal just
it's
went
like.
wonky.
Oh, I'm probably cutting out. I've bad internet. My fault.
I'm not even seeing
I'm
bars,
sorry.
so
I
I
gotta
feel
put my
like he's
phone by the window.
I feel like he's like trying to get out of this conversation.
No, I'm all here. I'm back in. Are we good now? Is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
I love you all, by the way. It's cool, and I get it. Like I've gone back and forth on tariffs, not tariffs, a lot of these issues,
Hold on one
and I've
second, Hattie. Hey, I don't know what's happening in here, but these likes are not moving. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to get this up to 225 in the next 20 minutes, well, 21 minutes. Thank you.
And
Hey, I'm still
also,
at zero.
we're
Like, no one
waiting
likes me
for,
at
we got
all.
to finish out our goal. I really want Irene and Tia to be able to start their live. And even though I told them not to, they are waiting until we're done here. And I would love to be able to participate in that live and send a raid over. So we just need $30 left to our goal, and we can wrap today up and move along and stop the madness.
Stop the
Although
madness.
Parker's I think is having fun.
I'm having a great time. You got me up out of, like, I was about to take a nap, and then I'm here. So this is fun. And it's nice
I
to
feel
be
like
with
beautiful.
Lane and
Parker's would
Rin.
be fun to drink with. Like you seem like you'd be fun to hang out with, legit.
Who?
I'm not. I'm very mean. Also, I'm sober, so.
I was gonna say I don't drink at all.
I was like,
Oh man.
I know.
All right. You'd be fun to hang out with and have a cup of coffee with, and we're
I
just
don't
gonna be
drink.
mad at something.
I interestingly enough don't drink coffee either.
I don't know how to meet you there. Like you took all my favorite things. Like
I drink tea.
I don't even drink tea.
Thank you,
Can
I'll make
Carly.
you some
Carly
nice
sent
tea, Rin.
Carly sent 10 for the goal. So now we're down to 20. Trisha said she sent 10 and she said, "Have you seen Havoc's only video?" I haven't. What's on your page, bud?
I have one video. It's in protest to TikTok.
Uh-huh.
I made a comment, and you can look at it. I made a comment that I respect, and it might have come across wrong. Like, I respect Trump for being America first. I respect Putin for being Russia first. I respect the Israelis for being Israel first. I respect Hamas for being Hamas first, and was pointing out that if you live in these places, I understand why you feel the way you feel. And I thought it was wrong of TikTok to take that down.
Have it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this, and I'm gonna say this with all the love in my heart. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, first of all, that is the most unhinged take.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if I grew up in Palestine, I would be anti-Israel. If I grew up in Israel, I'd be anti-Palestine. If I grew up in Iran, I would be anti-America.
I wouldn't have an open drink around you.
Like, I understand why people disagree. Like, I think it's important to respect people.
Equate the situation between the occupiers and the occupied says more about you than it does about anybody else. Israel are the aggressors. They are the occupiers. The Palestinian people are the occupied. They have every bit and every right to want to get somebody's boot off their neck.
And I also included that.
But Israel does not have the right to look their nose down on nobody. You don't get to go steal from somebody and then get mad at them.
I mean, Israel was attacked in a very dark way.
Stop.
And they went through the Holocaust.
No, stop.
I mean, I'm sorry, but
How is that the Palestinians' fault?
It wasn't the Palestinians. It was a terrorist group. The Palestinians had
No. You had the same stance.
Yeah. you're saying that because of the age cost, that it validates them having Israel, but it took the land from other people. So again, how is it the Palestinians' fault that age costs happen?
It's not their fault, and that was why I posted.
So why was it made their problem?
That's why I posted what I posted. Depending on where you're born, I fully respect your opinion, and I understand why people disagree.
No, there are a lot of Russians who are not proud or happy about Putin's invasion of Ukraine. There are plenty of Americans who are not happy or proud about America First because it echoes Yahtzee sentiments.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true too, but
and that's true too, but there's no but. There's nothing at the end of that sentence that makes it better or allowable. This is why when you're like, we would chill together. No, the fuck we wouldn't. Because I don't chill with people who would break bread with Yahtzees. And you're like, nah, but I can see where they're coming from. I can't. And I don't give a fuck to.
Wow. Yeah, break bread with Yahtzees. I'm grateful for where I'm born, and I try to acknowledge that. I try to be aware of that.
Grateful for where you're born without saying America first.
And that's a challenge because America first is what matters to me first.
Why?
World first is like people exist beyond me. Like the world.
Why does America being first, why does that matter?
I guess it doesn't. There's a lot of people at odds right now, and I feel like none of them are evil. I feel like
some people, let me tell you something. Some people are just fucking evil. Period.
Like,
I'm sorry. I understand that it may hurt your sensibility, your fragile sensibilities, but some people are just fucking evil.
I'm not fragile, and you can hit me.
Wait. Would you disagree with that statement? That some people are just evil?
I would not disagree with that. That exists. It's unfortunate. There's a lot of innocent people in a lot of places.
Yeah, one of those groups, Israel, is literally spicy ballooning innocent children and women and men who have nothing to do with the T group.
And a lot of Israelis probably don't feel that way, and they were just born there. And that was the point.
What do you mean?
You don't get to pick where you're born. Like, I don't want to judge anyone.
Are you sympathizing with brainwashing? Like, what is this?
This is compassion.
No. This is pro-nationalism. And it's gross.
Okay.
And Drea finished out the live goal. Appreciate you so much. I don't think Irene is ready yet. So
Irene, just let us know when you're ready.
Go girl. You and Tia. Y'all, if you're not following, I'm Irene and Kapatia. One of them will comment soon enough.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if one of them's here and can come up on the panel and talk about like what the live's gonna be about. I'm happy to have you guys.
Real quick, I know I probably pissed everybody off, and I didn't mean to. You guys are cool though. It was good talking to you.
Yeah, we're cool because we're not assholes or bigots. So it's easy to like us. We're likable.
I'll try to be likable too.
Yeah, well, if you want to be likable, maybe don't sympathizing language. And don't support essayers.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go ahead. Listen, we had 30 left in the goal, and I'm just going to say that last 30 that was like 10, 10, 10 cent, I'm going to say that was a pay to kick.
Thanks. What you say, Irene?
Oh, sorry. I was ordering food. Hi, everybody. So I'm going live today after I ordered my food from the Cheesecake Factory.
I thought you already ordered it.
I had to redo it again now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like the site just like blacked out and delete everything. So I'm going live. We talking about mental health is not important in the United States. So I will hope for y'all to talk, come up. We are welcoming friendlies and ops. We are talking about health. Last Thursday we talked about women's health is not important in the United States. So we are getting onto the health subject. So hopefully I see everybody there. And
The question is, what cheesecake are you getting?
I was thinking about the triple berry bliss cheesecake, even though I love the key lime cheesecake, but that's like
I
my
always
go-to.
go red velvet.
Yeah, my brother's getting that, so yeah. So,
Make sure you
all
guys
right,
are following Irene.
yeah.
If we're,
Make sure
I'm
y'all
gonna try to
follow.
stay. I'm gonna try to stay on as long as I can to do a raid for you, but I
Yeah.
don't know if we'll have any more ops, so we might just have some friendlies come up or something.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Make sure y'all follow me, and I stay in and try to bring in the ops for y'all on the live. So, yeah. As long as y'all support a baby women creator. So
Don't say baby woman.
I'm just a baby
I know.
in this women create in this creating space. So
I
yeah,
did this piece. Yeah.
yeah. All right, love you guys. And I
Love
dropped
you.
down. All right, bye.
He's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have any more ops, y'all, and we finished the goal, so I don't want to like push it, honestly. But I want to try to stay on long enough so that we can do a raid. Even though we don't have too many people in here, but hey, 175 is a good amount. So, oh, you want Albina for fun?
Albania.
That's not fun for everybody. That's the problem.
Y'all know
That's
if
not.
you do Albania, Parker's is leaving. Don't leave me, Parker's.
So, this is me without my glasses.
I'm staying just for Rin. I want everyone to know that I'm staying just for Rin. I also want you to know that every time she does this, this is what I do. This is how I look. Oh goddamn! Look.
This is my advertisement.
It's a good advertisement. It's very effective.
You
It's
should
very
post it.
memorable. Thank
That is
you,
so
Mutong. This is anti-Parker's propaganda. That's what this is.
But yeah, so we don't really have any ops. So if any friendlies want to come up and just chit chat or whatever, we can until it's time for. Don't look so scared, Parkers. It's fine.
Sorry. I'm better. Everything's fine. Your
table
hair is so
top,
pretty.
table top mic or a mic with a boom.
That was
Hello.
fair,
What'd you say?
Jalen. I deserve
I said,
that.
I said tabletop mic or mic with a boom arm.
Boom. I go boom all the time. I boom it up. I with the boom stand, but do the kind that like attaches to like the desk, like clamps.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is easy to rearrange. I have a tabletop, and every time I like move stuff, there's the vibration, and it comes through, and it's all messy. And my cats knock it over a lot. You don't have cats like that, but still.
Yes, I do.
I want Cheesecake Factory so bad.
You're like, I have hassle cats.
So, Miss Alina, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Yesterday, you said with communism that you are pro-abolishment of prisons, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's say we move to a communist-based society, what are you going to do with all the bad people?
So when it comes to the abolition of prison, even like prior to like a communist society, we could still be moving towards abolition. But the issue with abolition is you can't just like delete the prisons. Like, first things first, you could release the nonviolent offenders. You could release people that are there for possession, things that are like victimless crimes. But after that, you have to basically implement things in society to help mitigate the reasons why people commit crime. So reducing poverty. Poverty is very much linked to crime. So reducing poverty, mental health access, healthcare access, all of these things to help stop the crimes before they actually happen. And then there will be like that small group of people that are just fucking nut bags and just, and those people that like unalive somebody or whatnot, like those people can go into, it's like, it's a facility, but it's not really a facility. It's like more so like a commune with like security. So they still have autonomy. They still would like have, you know, ability to like work remotely if they can get a job remotely, or like
So
have their
you'd
own
be
little
like,
apartment, but they're like in a like a, they're still kept from society, but it's more like humane, and they're given resources to help rehabilitate them if that's a possibility. Some people won't be able to be rehabilitated, but I think a lot of people that are just put in prison for life, I think many of those people, like if you watch any sort of prison documentaries and stuff like that, these people have like gotten degrees after degrees. They're fostering animals. Like they've clearly, you know, redeemed themselves and deserve a chance, but they just aren't going to get one because of the system that we have. A lot of people commit crimes, even murders, when they're really young. Like they get involved in gangs, or they're just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And I don't think people are the same people 10, 20 years later, 30 years later.
yeah, I could see most of that, and actually I would agree with most of that, but we'd still need a facility because there's some people that are just born bad, like wires crossed, whatever you want to call it. There's an issue with some people that just are wired that way, and they would definitely need to have their own little facility, like you
I don't know
said.
that there's that. I really think like when we're talking about people that are born bad, I think there's very, very few people that would fit in that category. I think some of our most heinous criminals like were like victims of really bad childhood like real bad. So like if we had a world where people had resources to live, they had mental health care, like they could potentially be in touch with a like mental health professional at a very young age that could identify when there's things going wrong in the home. You know, you could potentially mitigate some of that harm. I don't know, Parkers, if you have some, so you're like smarter about this, like mental health stuff.
I'm not gonna lie, I was reading about who Princess Bubblegum is, and I wasn't listening at the best.
Come on, Parkers.
I'm so sorry. Who wants to nutshell it for me?
So nuts.
I'm cute.
Basically, people
You're
would say
fired.
that there are just some evil people that need to not be around other folks. And Elena was saying that she doesn't think that there's as many of those people as possible, and that if you deal with things like poverty and mental health, you actually will eliminate a lot of the perceived evil people.
That is all
Yeah,
correct.
I said about like how some of like the most heinous criminals we have were victims of childhood like SA and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think with that too, we may potentially see a rise in people that are like that, because now they'll be bored. They won't have things to do because things will be provided for them.
No. What? No.
Yeah, like you give someone who likes hurting people everything they want. They have nothing else to do but to indulge in their whims.
Oh, so somebody like that isn't going to be satisfied with the bare necessities, and that's what would be provided. It's just bare basic necessities. You can always
Wait, are we still talking
in
about
a
prison?
Sorry?
are we?
Are we still talking about prison?
Yes.
Okay.
Or people that would feed into prison. Like I'm saying, like people that are going to do harm, more of that will come to light because they won't have anything to do. They won't have a job to keep them occupied. They won't have,
The people who cause that kind of act of harm to somebody else isn't because they're bored or they have the time to do it. It is more of like an impulse or
lack of
or a
impulse
poor
control.
coping. Yeah, I was like, it's kind of like a poor processing or coping mechanism, and like a general mal. There are words for it, but like
Malfeasance.
well, along those lines. But keeping them occupied doesn't prevent them from doing harm. So that wouldn't be a particular factor.
We don't know that though, because the ones that
We
are
do know
being
that.
occupied now that aren't doing anything now aren't doing anything, so therefore they don't pop up.
No, we do know that because the ones that are even doing the harm and being caught still have day jobs. They still have hobbies. They still have families.
Right.
Like
but again, we don't know about the other ones because they're not popping up.
that's because women are smarter and don't get caught. But that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that like if that was the case, then they would get caught faster if they didn't have a job. If that would like make them commit immediately. I don't know. I think most family annihilators, I think they all were employed.
Yep.
Yeah, I would disagree with that. But again, going back to like the mental health thing, if everyone had access to mental health and essentially was encouraged
Maladaptive.
and it was like and it was destigmatized and all of that, like, you know, they could essentially be caught earlier because a trained professional is going to hear certain things and it's going to be like a red flag. They may not catch everything, but they're going to catch a lot more. Wasn't it there was one serial unaliver that was like actively like telling people about his essay and like nobody was listening to him, and like that does shit to you.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one that one was, but
Maybe someone in the chat remembers.
It's most of them, honestly.
But yeah, I don't think that those few people that, again, like our current system is not deterring them from committing crime. They're still going to do it, because like if we're talking about an uncontrolled urge, then like they're still going to have that uncontrolled urge where the systems there are not, and our current system is not stopping the other crimes from happening either. So I don't think that that small group of people is enough to facilitate the prison industrial complex, because we know it's for profit. Like
yeah.
someone that's in there for possession, like that's silly.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, things like possession and stuff like that, that needs to be just categorically undone. Maybe for higher tier schmugs, but definitely not
Oh,
for.
I think everything should be decriminalized. I think everything should be legal because you eliminate the market for it. And that's where most of the crime comes from.
I'm saying that would definitely reduce a fair amount of crime.
And if you legalize it, you can tax it. You can also make sure that it's like cleaner, like pure, like you won't have people dropping left and right from like taking,
stuff that was cut bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, the things won't be mixed. The items or paraphernalia used won't be reused. It'd be a lot safer, and that would also cut down on, honestly, like STIs and blood infections that are
Mhm.
passed.
And like the two things I'm talking about when it comes to like decriminalizing or legalizing, and also like doing a different prison type system where it's like more like a little community. These are things that countries already done. So we don't even have to like start from scratch when it comes to that. Like we could literally model after other
Yeah, so we
countries
just
have
look
done
at
it.
Australia.
And then the prison one, I think is which one is it? Is it Norway? I don't know. I could.
Yeah.
To me, Europe is all the same.
If you're gonna end up in prison, be in a Norwegian prison. They get nice, and they actually like give a fuck about you and preventing recidivism. There we go. So they like take care of your mental health and your physical health, and like it's very well rounded. So that way, because they don't want you coming back, they're not making
Prison,
monies off of you.
prison is a business here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I fucking hate capitalism. Anyway, Swedish prisons too.
I'm rooting.
天气是的，
I'm Mutang.
Ipika.
It's so nice
How
to
are
hear
y'all?
you.
What?
It's so nice to hear you.
No, Gina, miss y'all.
How are you doing, lovely?
Doing alright. Just hanging out. Started on South of Midnight. So.
How do you like it so far?
I just started the second chapter. I'm liking it so far. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
looking
love
at
hearing your voice. I missed you, Mutang.
I missed you too.
I don't like to tell you that too much because I don't want you to feel bad when you can't be here. But just know
Oh.
that you're missed, and we do love having you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. It really means a lot. I missed you guys too. I just can't set up a whole lot, and I don't know. I don't want the constant what's going on in the chat, you know?
It's understandable.
So, excuse me. But yeah.
Yeah, just that's how I am. I'm addicted to State of Decay 2. I can't play anything else. I pop in and play maybe a bit of Power Wash Simulator here and there, but I haven't even bought any new games because I'm so addicted to State of Decay 2. I finally finished so I did a run with each leader type, doing the last map on Dread on each one, and I finished finally with the builder on that one. That sucked.
I have never played State of Decay. I don't think I know a single thing about it, to be honest.
We've got everyone playing it now.
Yeah. It's basically it's a zombie game where you actually have to like scavenge and stuff like that to live.
Oh, okay.
And then of course there's the zombies which you get to unalive at an astonishing rate.
Nice.
It is nowhere near as pretty or as story filled as South of Midnight, but it's a good game just to pop in and derp around for a bit.
Yeah, but a good grind and mill and farm game.
Yep.
I like good mindless games. It just, yeah.
This one's right on the border of needing brains to figure things out and just mindless to kill zombies.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out then.
Which I love doing. I also like getting run over by Alina. That's pretty stellar.
Can somebody check to see if Irene is live yet? I'm just holding off to like send the raid over. She is?
I was endorsing you. I don't know.
It looked like you were looking it up. That's what it looked like.
I like that y'all give me more credit to like Parker's is doing something really important.
Well, it's because you
Parker's
got a
is playing
headset on.
repo.
You look like you're at a call center. You
Yeah,
look like you're like
Parker's
doing
getting a
things.
0 for performance for the night.
Parker's is playing repo. We were talking about games. I was like, you know what I want to do? No, they are not live yet. I paused my game to check.
Okay, good. Parker is
You
always
touch
playing
me like that,
repo.
Midnight.
What is
Listen,
repo? Like, what is
I
the
play
purpose
other
of-
games.
What is the purpose of repo?
Can you show us? Can you flip your screen?
Yeah, hang on.
It's
I'm
very
essentially like
entertaining to watch.
just stealing stuff from monsters.
Thank you guys for the heart me's. Make sure that when you do your heart me, I know this is super annoying, but make sure when you do your heart me to go up top again and make sure you hit claim next to it so it gives you all the points. And then make sure you're hitting claim if you've done if you sent a gift or you sent a comment. And you gotta do that every day. Hold on, let me break screen you.
Oh, I never
Brittany does
noticed
unalive a
that.
lot, but we all unalive a lot in the game.
What's going on? Why is it so dark?
It's a
It's
jump
dark
scare
'cause it's
game.
creepy.
You go around collecting items in this bin. You have to reach a certain dollar amount to submit it. But then as you're going around throughout the level, there are these little monsters and creatures and stuff.
Workers can't play State of Decay but can play this.
Oh, they're blown up.
The blind man heard me and unalived me.
Yeah, the monsters can hear you through your headset, and they'll find you.
So why can't I mute myself?
You could turn down your microphone. Yeah. They would still hear like sound that you make in game that your character does. So like every time I was opening a door, it was making a sound.
Or if you like bump something when you're carrying your item and stuff like that. And if you pick up an item to go put in your bin to try and get money from it, it devalues it. And yeah, it's really entertaining to watch. I haven't played it. I'm supposed to be playing with Josiah and Kiki and Kristen. We were supposed to a while ago, but I completely forgot.
That was the first time I've ever had the blind dude bust in on me like that. That was terrifying. I'm glad there were so many witnesses.
It's so funny when you guys play with Thick because Thick gets like so bossy and like very, very like serious.
Yeah, I was like, everyone else is messing around, especially Brett, who's like breaking our shit and ruining everything. And Vicky's like, no, real strategy time. Start stacking your upgrades. We're like, okay. We have literal chaos gremlins usually playing with us, but sure thing.
What's a chaos gremlin?
Hope, mostly.
Do you know when a monster is coming?
Sometimes you hear them. Sometimes you get visual cues. Like, there are warnings, especially almost all of the big bad ones, except for the robe. She's silent and very scary. You just have to keep an eye out. Also, this is level 1. Uh-oh, don't fall.
Parker's you've missed out on a fuck ton of fuckery over on Twitch. We hit some kind of we hit some kind of a loser red pill algo.
Oh
like,
no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet she thinks robbing a Walgreens is a victimless crime. It is actually. It actually is.
Really?
But it's okay. Y'all can all hang out there. Thank you for the views and the engagement.
I was like, Twitch isn't
Appreciate ya.
usually that heinous, but apparently they got spicy today.
They like when we're unattended over there. I can't leave you guys unattended.
Honestly. I like that, like, clearly they just kept going, knowing nobody's paying attention to that chat, and they were talking for quite some time.
Oh, look, they're still there. Yes, it is a victimless crime because robbing a Walgreens is not like who's the victim there?
Walgreens isn't a person.
Did someone get unalived? Or do you think that Walgreens is a person? You think there's someone named Walgreens right now?
Jeff Walgreens.
Jeff Walgreens is wild.
Or do you think buildings have feelings? I mean, they might if they're haunted, I guess.
Somebody get a Ouija board.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a little squeak of fear, Parkers?
Yeah, y'all can't hear it, but there was a child giggling, and that is a sign of one of the monsters. I call it the Slender Bitch because it's kind of the Slender Man vibes, and they will grab you if you look at them. So I'm just gonna stare at the floor for a bit.
We kind of have one in State of Decay. It looks like it's the Screamer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gone. Okay, good. Leave me alone. It's not my idea of a good time.
OMG, Parkers, can we play together?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Girl, you would love... My, like, late night plays are with Brittany.
I watch
would love
them.
to play
They're
with
super
Brittany after, like, 20 of her cookies.
Oh my gosh. The one time that Brittany finally figured out how to get into State of Decay, I felt so bad because she was just like, she was not, like, she was supposed to be following me around. She didn't follow me around. And I was like, I gotta go. The zombies are coming. So I had to leave her behind.
What other games?
You left her behind?
Well, because I knew eventually she would have to get, like, she would get attached to me. But
Wait, you played alone? Yeah, I would never. I'm sorry. You're stronger than me.
State of Decay?
No, this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this seems scarier to me than State of Decay. I
This
don't know
game-
why.
This game is terrifying. Or maybe I'm weak. I don't know.
I
mean,
am
little
weak.
column A, little column B. It's fair.
Could be both, yeah.
100%. But I think the game is just so funny. It's so funny, but it's so scary.
Yeah.
What's your favorite monster?
I know that y'all just watched me unalive by the blind man, but I prefer the blind man
Oh,
because I can usually work around him without issue.
I like him. I think he's very
the gnomes. Yeah, I like kind of like because if you stay little, you can just follow behind him.
Do the lights ever turn on or no? It's just always
no.
flashlight.
Oh
Yeah, everything's always dark. There's no light.
I don't like that.
Yep.
There's also I like the what's it called? The baby and the human.
Oh, fuck that little rugrat. Nope.
Yeah.
That thing's weird. It is very satisfying to shake the baby though.
Oh yeah. You know, we do like in-game ABs by slamming it on the floor. It's very great. Very amazing.
It's true. I worked so hard
How
to
much
get
are
to this
you
ground.
trying to get?
It changes for every level.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized though? Which kitten was the one that I shook by mistake?
No. Don't
Never
do
mind.
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Who was it?
If we get 3 to 4 people together, we could do Dead by Dawn.
Wait, don't they have a what's it called? Don't they have a collaboration with an anime right now?
Yeah, they got a
Tokyo Ghoul?
Tokyo Ghoul.
I've never played that game, but it seems fun. I might play with some. You are destroying that crown.
Listen,
It
sometimes
was
it does
MySpace,
frames
wasn't
and then
it?
it goes a little crazy. It was.
It was
But
MySpace.
it was unrelated and you know it. Why is that door open? I didn't open that door. Why is that door broken? I
Might be
didn't break
cooked.
that door.
Might be cooked.
Don't.
Are we sure it was MySpace though?
It was MySpace.
Or was it
or
Emilio?
Either way, they're fine. Ooh! Irene just
Well,
shared with
MySpace
me
is not
something.
fine. MySpace is in the freezer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alina.
No?
How are your
What?
kittens? Wait, which one has the kittens?
The ones that are still alive, they're good.
Oh.
Lena.
Do you just have a really promiscuous cat, or is it just like is it?
No, I've been fostering kittens for like 2.5 years.
Oh, okay.
So other people's
Mine,
cats are hoeing it up,
Cat.
but
my
I'm
sister's
taking care of your
cat.
children.
My sister's cat is insane. Like she will not stop, and she'll try so hard to keep her in the house, but she keeps finding ways out. Like she opens the door for a second, that cat is out like Romeo and Juliet, and so and obviously like there's like other stray cats around.
Yeah.
And my sister currently has 7 kittens in the house. 7 kittens, and
Is she
obviously
being a good? Is the cat being a good mom at least?
no, she'd be in the streets. Obviously, she like come home to feed them. But like I called my sister. She just sounded so stressed out because she's like, I can't give them away yet because you have to wait like 6 weeks before you.
Yeah.
But like she's so sweet with it, but she's so sad. So anyway, if you're in the Philadelphia area and you want a kitten, please DM me. My sister needs help, please. She might not survive for longer.
If anything, if you don't find homes for all of them, reach out to me because I do have like rescue contacts that we could reach out to. Because I know like up north there tends to be a cat.
Yeah.
It's kind of terrible. There's a cat shortage usually up north, because they all basically die in the winter. If
Yeah,
they don't have homes.
Not with Freya running around, okay? Not
she is trying to repopulate the world
just by herself. She'll be all right.
So Irene is live. We are going to be rating Irene for her live, but before we end, Toshika, I do want to say like they did you dirty a couple days ago, and I won't name the names because they've been talking shit about me for days.
What?
Because yeah, so like when they dropped you on that live, so I just wanted to say that like that was kind of shitty.
You know what? That means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I did feel very hurt. But like I do love that, you know, that someone saw that it was strange. That makes me feel a little bit better.
You know what? Y'all keep speaking up for what y'all know is right. Y'all keep doing what you're doing, because if you ain't got no haters, that means you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it'd be nice if they could just chill for a little bit. Let me take a break.
Parkers, you should message me. We can add each other on. Do you play it on Steam?
Yeah.
Oh, period.
I'll DM you after our Irene raid.
Yeah. Wait, who's Irene? I want to watch.
Can someone type it in the chat? I did send you. I followed you, Toshika, and if you want to follow me back, I'm happy to message. Like, if there's ever a time where you, if there's a time where, if you ever feel like you want to talk about how things went down, you know, and what you're being villainized for all this time, like, I'm down to clown.
You know what? I appreciate that. I would let you.
I like
when you're ready, or if you're ever ready.
Of course.
Thank you, Jane.
Because I do love to take down a cishet mediocre white man.
Oh yeah. You know, I actually I got messaged by one of my mutuals. Do you guys know Peyton? Peyton Vanest? Guy looks like a Southern, he has that mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my friends. So he's actually going to the event as well.
Okay.
He was like, "Do you want me to say anything?" And I'm like, "No."
He's a good friend though.
No, he's awesome. But yeah. Yeah, but I do appreciate when people notice you know, my feelings, and when sometimes I feel cornered. So that I will message you. That makes me feel a lot safer.
Yeah, for sure.
We also Wu-Tang. Is that you in your PFP?
Yes.
You are gorgeous. What the fuck?
Thank you.
All right, so Trisha put Irene's information, but we'll